And we're live.
What up, what up, what up?
Back
what up,
in the
what
house.
Up,
Once again, it is the FM Podcast, and I am your host. I am B-Dub.
Branson.
Hassan, a.k.a. Alpha Dog, Roof.
Shout out Buddha Junkie and Kelly Joe.
Buddha.
I kind of expect Buddha to be popping up.
Buddha's going to make it?
I really do expect Buddha to pop up.
We're gonna hope for Buddha to make it, but we're not holding our breath for Kelly.
Last time I saw Kelly, she was on a trip, I think.
She's gone to Tennessee.
Yeah, so shout out my girl
she
Kelly
listened
Joe.
to a Arrested Development song and got inspired.
I hope she's enjoying it. We miss you, babe.
Yeah,
have a good time.
We're going to give our customary shout-outs to Eighth and Fancy for all of your adult beverage snacks and needs. Then we got Dank Drinks for the dankest of drinks. Then we have Crimey Dealers. Shout out Crimey Dealers. You know, feel free to bless us with another promotional package of the crimiest. Also, shout out to the local plug. My bad, I'm slipping. The local plug. Please make sure to eat responsibly. Okay, that was it. And now for the show, which was, we got to start off with a lot of RIPs, but I'm going to start it off with the most shocking one that was heard today. RIP, South Carolina's own Angie Stone, who passed away in a car crash, last night?
Last night in Alabama?
Yeah, leaving Alabama on the way to Baltimore. She was leaving one show to go to another event. And then the 18-wheeler collided with her tour van, which caused it to flip over, I think, 3 times. Five. And 9 people were affected. Unfortunately, Angie Stone is the only one that passed. So, RIP Angie Stone. For those that don't know, she is very much old school hip-hop as a member of, what was the group she was in when she got up with Sugar Hill?
I can't remember.
Funk you right on up.
I know. Like I went out with Angie Stone once. We went out to Jillian's. Me,
I didn't
her,
catch on
and
to her until like in the late 90s.
Yeah, Angie Stone was a really cool chick, yo. Really,
you
really
met her?
cool. Yeah, we hung out and stuff. Yeah, we went to shout out. Well, there used to be this spot called Jillian's. I don't know if it's still in Columbia and stuff down the Vista, but yeah, we hung out with her a couple of times. Angie Stone was a real cool chick. That's why I'm a little bit, caught off guard because, especially when it's somebody like, and it's just the wildest of incidents, so it's just
life is short.
I'm still caught off guard by it, but
yeah, that one shocked me to see it. But she was a member of The Sequence, where she got up with her homegirls and they went to New York and joined Sugar Hill Records and produced a lot of old school, some of the first hits in hip hop. Yeah, and of course she went on to her neo soul career. Of course, Black Brother, and releasing her debut solo album, Black Diamonds. She was somebody you're used to seeing everywhere, listening to her music. If some new Angie Stone dropped, you'd listen to it, you'd vibe to it. So,
and South Carolina don't really have a lot of celebrities like that, like other states. So when one of ours passes, it hits a little bit deeper and stuff. So definitely are.
Y'all still got Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, I mean, we still got a couple of people, but like I say, I knew Angie Stone.
Yeah,
like she was a really dope chick. So it was just definitely caught me off guard and stuff like that. That's why you got to tell the people that you love them all the time, the time.
Oh, and I forgot to mention she was a member of Vertical Hold. I remember that group throughout the 90s. So yeah, Angie Stone has been a part of this industry for well over 50 years. You could say that. Or close to 50 years, if not 50. So, yeah, totally caught off guard. This one was a little sad to hear, kind of dampened the day. But we're going to send that special RIP out to Angie Stone and her family.
Definitely. Yes. Peace and comfort and vibes to the family.
Yeah, it's not over, unfortunately. There were a couple other RIPs out there. We're going to send an RIP out to Michelle Trachtenberg, who passed away earlier this week. Now, she was a part of my childhood. I remember Harriet the Spy. That was kind of her thing, but she was an actress I remember watching her on different shows, The Adventures of Pete and Pete, Harriet the Spy, all that stuff. That was from my childhood.
I remember her from Eurotrip.
Yeah.
That's how because I knew she looked familiar. I just couldn't remember. I remember her from Eurotrip.
Yeah, so from my understanding, she was having some health issues. I
Gossip Girls and what's the other one?
Buffy. She's been around on the screen for a minute. Yeah, so that's why I was a little shocked
How
to hear.
old was she?
She was 39. Yeah, she was found in her apartment in Manhattan, and it looks like EMS said they pronounced her dead at the scene. She had undergone recently a liver transplant prior to her death, so that might have been related to a cause. But her family objected to an autopsy on religious reasons, so they just know she's passed on. So that was a little shocking to hear too.
Because she's so young.
Yeah, she was young. She was very popular, so I was surprised to hear that. But yes, R.I.P. to her. We're gonna send another R.I.P. out to Roberta Flack. Killing Me Softly. Roberta Flack passed away this week as well. That was a little shocking to hear. And she's from North Carolina.
I found out Monday, and we had breakfast with our parents Monday, and I had to pass it on to them because
they find out
they're
things.
fans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of our entertainers that are just passing on. And I even hated to tell my parents because, they're just like another one gone. And you just think about that is crazy.
Yeah, so, of course, that was her big song, Killing Me Softly, which was also covered, of course, by the Fugees in the 90s. But she was also a singer-songwriter working with Donny Hathaway. She also recorded with a lot of people in the 70s and 80s, people, Bryson, Maxie Priest.
The closer I get to you.
Yeah.
Where was the other one that I remember?
She worked with a lot of artists, and she is a North Carolina native from Black Mountain, North Carolina.
The first time I ever saw your face.
Yeah. And also, it looks like she also became a student teacher in Maryland around my way in Chevy Chase, near where I grew up in Silver Springs. So she was also a teacher. And she also was it looks like she taught in Farmville, NC. So, yeah. So Roberta Flack, I'm sure we know her for her songs, but it seems like she had more of an impact as a songwriter versus being a popular singer. So she's more responsible for a lot of other hits you may not know her name is on versus the hits that she may have put out. But nevertheless, she was still a legend. We all know her name. We all know her music. So we're going to send out that R.I.P. to Roberta Flack. Also, I wanted to send another R.I.P. out because they're stacking up to Jerry Butler. Jerry Butler started off as a member of the Impressions in Chicago. I was a fan of the Impressions just because Curtis Mayfield is my favorite artist of all time, and Curtis Mayfield was a member of the Impressions. He started with Jerry Butler. So Jerry Butler Jr. was a singer. He passed away earlier this week. He released a lot of music during the 60s and 70s. Like I said, he was around the time of Curtis Mayfield. He released his biggest song was like For Your Precious Love, which charted, and he was also known by the nickname Iceman, similar to George Gervin. So, yeah, he worked with Curtis Mayfield, of course. They worked together on a lot of music when they were with the Impressions and also when Jerry went solo. So, he had a lot of music, too. I know a lot of producers, hip-hop producers out there. You've sampled some Jerry Butler because his records was definitely dope. I got plenty of them in my collection. So even if you aren't familiar with Jerry Butler himself, your favorite producer who samples his work definitely is. So R.I.P. to him. And the final R.I.P., which was a little bit crazy, was Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was found dead in his home with his wife earlier this week, and some are saying it's foul play could possibly be involved.
Of course, because they said when they found them, they tested for carbon monoxide. They was found none. But the problem to it though, they've been dead for a while to where the faces started bloating and everything. One of the dogs was dead, and the other two, one was in another part of the house, and the other one was outside.
Yeah,
so it's been at least damn near a week.
Yeah, no, I read that they checked Gene Hackman's pacemaker, and it said it stopped working February 17th. So they assume he had been dead since at least the 17th.
I think it was suicide.
No, they said the wife. They said the wife was mummified.
Yeah, she was starting mummification.
Exactly. So she was in the bathroom. And it was pills all. When she died, when she fell, supposed to have fall. It was pills all over in the sink and on the floor and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like their bodies were discovered by maintenance workers at the home Wednesday afternoon, and that's who made the 911 phone call to EMS. And it looks like the couple. Yeah, their bodies were found in separate rooms. His was found on the ground near the kitchen, while his wife was discovered in the bathroom with scattered pills next to her. A German Shepherd dog who is kept in a crate was also found dead in the bathroom. 2 other dogs were found on the property alive and in good condition.
And Gene Hackman could be in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah, he was a legendary actor.
Yeah, he definitely could be
in a lot of movies.
Yeah. Hoosiers, Hunt for Red October.
What's the one with Will Smith?
Superman.
Well, the one they're talking about the spine from the sky. What's that?
The Enemy of the State.
Yeah, Enemy of the State.
Yo, Gene Hackman got some. He got some movies.
He been in some Batman movies too.
No, I thought it was Superman.
Yeah, Superman. That's right.
The one with I believe Richard Pryor.
Oh, he was in a couple of them. Yeah. So it looks like this is a little interesting. His death, because it looks like they're saying there's no immediate signs of foul play, but they're saying the circumstances surrounding the deaths are suspicious enough to warrant an investigation. So I'm just kind of curious to know what happened as well.
He's 95 and she's 64.
Yeah, so I don't know. You think you're saying it was a possible murder suicide?
Yeah, I think so. I believe that he probably knew it was to his end, and she on the other hand, depending on how long together, she ain't want to be without him. So I think they both.
So you're saying he died first, maybe from natural causes, and then she said, "I can't take it," and just took her life in the bathroom?
Probably, or they could have took some.
She could have
they could have took some pills. They could have
to be dumb rich.
Yeah,
I can't take. Well, then
rich. I mean, outside, I don't want to be stereotyping, but her nationality, you know what I'm saying? She's Asian. Yeah, so Asian folks, they think a little bit different, especially when it comes to they're married.
I'll wait to see. I
don't know. Yeah, I don't even know.
Gene Hackman money.
No, he's
when
paid.
I get there, Gene.
Yeah, I'm sure he's paid, but
Well, I'd have to know a little bit more about the background
when I get there.
I mean, these are all theories. Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying
personally. I just want to know. What Asian country is she from originally, or her family is?
Like I said, it just they in two different parts of the house.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. They both been dead about the same time. Now they got a 30-year gap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. So I'm on thinking he probably passed away. He because sometimes older folks, they feel when it's time, they brought their time up. You feel what I'm saying. And she probably didn't want to stand to live without him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how that is.
Yeah.
I don't know how that is.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't. I mean, come on, man. Don't do that, man. We know you don't.
The only thing is, I don't know anything about his wife. I can't say
I've never heard nothing about her.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know whether she's a good person, bad person, who she is. I didn't even hear of her until this story came out.
We'll touch back on it again.
Yeah, I just want to see how that's going to play out.
More information. While we give it our piece, did I see one of the Isley brothers pass?
Yes, they did. Which one?
Yeah, I thought I did. I thought I saw an Isley brother pass.
No. An Isley brother did pass recently. I'm not sure which one, because
it's
Chris Jasper. Hold on. Yeah, Chris Jasper. He passed away. Looks like 4 days ago. So Chris Jasper was a member of the Isley brothers, and he passed away at 73. And it looks like it was announced on social media. He had a cancer diagnosis in December, so they think it's possibly related to that. But yeah, he was a keyboardist, percussionist, and vocalist, and contributed to a lot of the group's songs, writing Between the Sheets and For the Love of You.
2 classics.
Yeah, and he was with the Isleys from 73 to 83 and was with them when they were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 92. So, yeah, it looks like he was a very integral part of the Isley brothers. So, yeah, I want to send a special RIP out to Chris Jasper because, yeah, very legendary artist with a very legendary group. So we made it through the RIPs, and it only took us 30 minutes. Boy,
a long list, boy.
But, yeah, rest in peace to everybody because people are passing fast, so that's not a good thing. Appreciate the people while they're here.
Fast and unexpected.
Positive vibes to the family.
Yeah.
Comforting and positive vibes to the family for sure.
Okay.
Before we start,
yeah,
like, share, comment,
and subscribe.
All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. So I wanted to get into the main topic because there was a blow up in the Oval Office Friday.
Yeah, bullying going down.
Yeah, Zelensky and Trump and J.D. Vance. It was just like
tag team.
Friends.
They tag teaming on Zelensky.
Butt buddies.
Yeah, so there was a huge blow up after a minerals deal with the White House fell through. Yeah, basically Trump and J.D. Vance kind of punked
No,
Zelensky.
they ain't kinda. They tried.
They tried.
They ain't punk him because the only way you would have said they punked him if he'd have gave in and accepted the deal. He wouldn't accept the deal. Even when Trump was sitting here beside him, you know what I'm saying, he touching him. Like,
yeah, but didn't Trump kick him out and say
yeah,
no deal?
he kicked him out, but it was all because Zelensky stood up to both of their asses. You know what I'm saying? Because Trump was trying to say, well, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be in the position that you are. And you know what I'm saying?
Which is true.
Let's get some backdrop. The U.S. had negotiation with the Russians without the Ukrainians there. So already one-sided. Then on top of that, he holds a press conference, brings Zelensky here to the White House, then basically saying, look, you want our protection, sign this deal with the minerals deal.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be in the war. And he basically was talking shit to him. And then,
which he was.
Right. And then on top of that, he basically was like, yeah, Obama. Like, damn.
I don't think people really understand what happened. And this is another thing of...
Oh, they don't understand what happened.
No. It's another thing of history being rewritten. Because the way Trump is coming off is like Ukraine invaded Russia. And that's not what happened here.
Nope.
That is not what happened. That's how...
But Trump is buddies with Putin.
And Trump is trying to play it off like, well, you know, you trying to get peace. They invaded his country. And as a president, I have the utmost respect for him because he's holding firm for his people that were invaded.
Trying to punk him, basically saying, if you want our help, he first said, if you want our help, then you're going to have to resign. And y'all hold a new election, which that is against the law. You cannot try to put a puppet government in. That's actually almost a damn quote-unquote coup. He's saying it out loud. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? He really tried to embarrass him on the world stage. And Zelensky was like, nah, nigga, we ain't doing that.
But wasn't Zelensky the one who wanted the press there?
I don't think so. You know, Trump always want.
Regardless of how it played out, it shows how, first of all, they try to conduct business. It just shows you how Trump tries to conduct business with people that aren't on his good side. Because you know he wouldn't talk to Putin like that. Secondly,
he liked tyrants.
Secondly, he was like, well, you know, because my boy didn't wear a suit and stuff like that. But since I can remember, every time I see this man on TV,
he always had that. He always dressed like that.
Fatigues.
Yeah. He's coming from a war. He's in war.
So you still put a suit on to meet the president.
How you gonna put a suit on when you in constant battle? You want to show and represent your people that you down with.
My countrymen are fighting. I'm fighting with my countrymen.
Exactly.
I'm not putting on no suit to come up here. So if that was a problem, so be it. Tell Putin to call his goons off, and then we can talk peacefully. But you're not going to talk to Putin.
Only time this is Trump saying, "You want peace? Sign that minerals deal."
Does Putin want peace?
No.
the way you came at Zelensky, come at Putin like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
he ain't.
We know that, but I'm just saying. So people might disagree with me.
Remember, you got Trump Towers over there in Russia too now.
I completely agree with Zelensky. My people are in war right now. And every time you see me, I'm in fatigues.
Well, it looks like Ukraine owes us, the U.S., more than $180 billion in American aid sent to Kiev since the start of the war. And
was that discussed though? I don't think it was discussed that Ukrainians was going to have to pay it back, because mind you, the U.S. is the leader of the free world.
We give money to everybody,
right?
No, that money needs.
Hell, we give money to damn Israel every fucking year.
Give money to
billions of dollars,
so
supposedly protect themselves.
So I don't want. And then on top of that, Ukraine is backed by the rest of Europe.
Yeah, right.
It's not like they're just backed by that's in
the back door.
Backed by the rest of Europe. So now he's putting us on the other side. We've never been on the other side.
We always, the U.S. ever since we came in World War I, we've always been the leader of the free world. So that means if any country that's being violated being invaded by other countries, we step in and we help protect them. They have sovereignty, and the Russians are taking over their sovereignty.
But the way Trump sees it, he sees it as, you are the aggressor against Putin. He's telling Zelensky he's losing all these people. What about Trump? Trump losing just as many people. And then what's the really craziest part? Like I always said, if Russia's so tough, and Russia's the biggest, baddest, they should have been flushed Ukraine out.
Well, of course,
Ukraine's small as hell.
You're right, but they can't, because we've been giving them aid, far as guns and stuff to defend themselves.
If Russia was as bad,
I feel you. I got what you said, but we're bad. But we're badder. The U.S. is badder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But this is what we're going to deal with for the next 4 years. This is what we're
actually
going to get.
too, because without going too deep in it, a lot of MAGA people ain't happy with him. He started off calling himself king and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then a lot of them
voted for that.
And a lot of them are feeling it, because remember, we just talked about last week the Inflation Act. The Inflation Act is hurting those MAGA farmers.
Get what you asked for.
So they feeling this. They gonna feel it. He got 2 years. If he ain't got his shit together in 2 years, watch how the Republicans lose power.
Nah.
I'm telling you. In history, you can go all the way back to Obama. I'm telling you, these are facts.
I want to give you that
it's
benefit
facts.
of the doubt, but no, because look, the
midterms.
same dude back in office again.
I get it. But see, this is what, anytime Americans get mad because shit ain't going their way, when midterms come, they let it be known. That's the reason why it's important that blacks vote, because when white folks is pissed off, when they ain't getting their shit or something affecting them, midterms come, they're going to let you know. So, in other words, they already hollering at certain senators that's in vulnerable states and hollering at them like, why are you not reeling? They pissed off because Elon Musk, an unelected official, going through every fucking thing and firing a lot of those federal workers are in red states.
Yeah.
So they getting it. So they getting at these damn senators like, y'all not doing y'all job. So, like I said, he got 2 years. When the midterms come around and shit doesn't change up, watch how the Republicans lose power.
You think they're going to lose power like that?
Yeah, they will. Because they done it. I'm going to tell you, each time they done it. When Bush came in, Bush 2 came in, they had the House and the Senate. Iraq came around, they lost the House. And it's all about check and balance. Obama, when he came in, he had the House and the Senate. Midterms came around, he lost power. Same thing. Trump, even his first term, the same thing happened with him. So history shows itself when Americans is not happy when midterms come around. Whoever's in power, they're gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, I look forward to that. So yeah, Zelensky made an appearance on Fox News Friday and said his back and forth with Trump and Vance was not good for both sides. And he also said Trump is not ready to end this 3-year war. and needs to understand that Ukraine can't change its attitude towards Russia, because their main issue was Trump felt Zelensky was hostile to Putin. And I'm like, yeah, he kind of is. The man invaded his country.
Right, exactly. He got to defend this. He got to defend him and his people.
Yeah, so Trump is just kind of like, well, I don't know if we want this deal to go through if that's your attitude towards Putin. And I'm like,
again, Trump got business. He has business in Russia, so
man,
he has a personal interest in this shit.
Elon, Trump, Putin, they're all butt buddies, and it's corny.
Yeah, they all stroking each other butts.
It's super corny. But
and then he go toy boy JD Vance coming in. Oh, won't you should just accept it? Like, man, sit your punk ass
unfortunately,
down.
we have to sit here and witness this foolishness. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to play, because we did send them $180 billion in funds, and I'd like some of that money back.
Well, you know, like I said, what would came in play is building an American base over there. We the only country that has an American base in multiple other countries around the world. So by getting that, because you remember, if you go all the way back right before Obama came in, right when he came in,
those are NATO countries, right?
Not Ukraine yet, but it's close to them. It's close to them.
The places we have bases at are NATO countries.
Some of them.
And that's why Putin is really after Ukraine, so they don't join NATO.
And one tidbit to this. Remember 12 years ago, U.S. was discussing putting ballistic missiles in Europe to fend off Russian advancement. So now it was a big quorum about that. It didn't calm down. So now imagine you help Ukraine out. Hey, Ukraine, we're gonna help you out, right? We're gonna help you out. In return, right? You're gonna allow us to build a army base over there. You feel what I'm saying? So we got a military base over there. That means we are strategically around the world in the backyard of our adversaries. That's what that was gonna turn about.
Cool. Well, I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I'm just going to keep my eye on this, but that shot match was pretty cool. It seemed like a wrestling promo cut. I was waiting for like Putin or Trump to get up and just slap somebody.
Nah. And you know what? I wasn't fearing that, because if you look at Zelensky, he look like
Zelensky would have whooped both
he look like him, motherfucker. He gonna bust both of their ass.
What you mean it look like? That man is at war.
I know that, but
really
I'm just saying he outside of we gonna assume because he in war that he can whoop their ass, but that motherfucker look combat built. He look like they got their ass whooped.
Don't know nothing about what Zelensky.
Yeah, they ain't want no smoke from Zelensky.
Zelensky is actually on
Zelensky.
the ground.
Now imagine saying that 3 times fast.
He's actually on the ground with his people fighting.
Yeah.
So look, he's about that.
Yeah,
he about that life. He want that smoke.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out.
But since then, the European nations, they automatically getting in emergency talks. Basically, they already seeing how Trump plan is out. So European nations is in talks to keep funding them to keep it going, because everybody knows if they lose that war, Russia's going to grab that land and they're going to be in the back door of Germany and all those Eastern Europe countries.
And if you start there,
they're gonna keep land grabbing.
Where you gonna stop at?
Cool. Well, we'll see how that plays out. What I also wanted to touch on, yesterday there was a supposed economic blackout, 24-hour boycott. Did either of y'all participate in that?
I basically did, because I ain't buy shit none yesterday.
I didn't buy. What did I buy yesterday?
I ain't buy nothing yesterday.
I bought cigars and a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Did I participate or not?
No, because the ones that they was talking about was like Walmart, McDonald's. If it wasn't,
I didn't buy anything.
If it was small, if it wasn't small business or black owned or minority owned, then yeah, it's supposed to be economic.
Yeah. So it was promoted on social media Friday, or it was supposed to be on Friday, and it was. No indication of how many people participated. It was started by allegedly a fledgling activist group encouraging U.S. residents to refrain from spending for 24 hours as an act of resistance against the influence of billionaires, big corporations, and both major political parties. So that's really what it was supposed to be about. I heard it was supposed to be about attacking corporations, getting rid of DEI.
That's part of it too.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I guess that falls under the influence of billionaires.
Which again, DEI doesn't affect black folks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does. I'm sure some.
It don't. 4%. Remember, 4% DEI hires are black and brown people. So that means majority of black and brown people, they get their jobs, they actually earn that shit. The DEI it's like affirmative action promoting white women, body discrimination, religious discrimination, any type of discrimination that you possibly, if you're a parent, have kids and you can't get, they're sick and you can't get off whatever PTO and all that other stuff. That's what DEI is. But conservatives, they're trying to attach black folks to it because they're trying to say black people is lazy. Black people has never been lazy. Now mind you, every nation, race, I got you. Every color race has some few people that's lazy. So let me put that out there. But overall, DEI is not for black people. 4%. So that means 96% is other than black and brown. So it doesn't really affect us. It's white women more or less. It's cutting off their own goddamn nose.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. So this blackout is not over, allegedly. It looks like there's
a couple more dates up on it.
Yeah, there's supposed to be.
I think the next one is going against a certain retailer.
Amazon.
Yeah,
yeah, so there's another boycott in the works, in March.
Which ain't nobody going to say. This is the thing about it. It's not like how it was in the 60s. It's not like that. Because you got too many of us that's like, well, it ain't affecting me, so why should I participate? When you're doing a cause like that, it's for something bigger than you.
You're always going to have that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when the blackout was happening Friday and stuff, and then you see both sides of people like, I'm not buying nothing, and you see the other people like, I'm going to buy. It doesn't, it's not going to stop anything. So it is what it is, man.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this next boycott coming up. Now, there are other boycotts in the works. It looks like Reverend Jamal Bryant in Atlanta organized a boycott to recruit Christians for a 40-day Target boycott starting March 5th, which is on Ash Wednesday. And it's supposed to go for 40 days. So that's one. And
they should have kept Kmart open.
I think, you know what, another thing
we wouldn't be fighting like this.
Yeah, I think another thing is they're trying to make a big uproar because a lot of black, the few black businesses that's attached to Target, they be like, well, you hurting us. And they're like, no, actually you're not, because if you have a website, right, people can still buy
from there.
They can still buy from you. So they trying to use the few people that they got up in there, black businesses they got up in there, and they actually sitting there speaking. Once again, it's another form of white supremacy where you do anything to be accepted. Regardless, whatever it is that you do, you have put in work. If you made it there to get to Target, you put in work for Target to say, hey, listen, I want your business to be a part of ours. We like your product, et cetera, et cetera. So once you get there, don't sit here and sell yourself out just to be relevant. Once you there, all you got to do is know how to branch off of that and make your product still go. Simple.
Yeah, now it looks like there were other failed boycotts. There's a mention of that boycott against Goya from back when Trump ran, and wasn't the CEO of Goya, didn't they donate some money to the Trump campaign or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a protest in Goya, or an alleged boycott back then, but it looks like there was an increase in sales driven by first-time Goya buyers who were
MAGA.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got to understand, white folks outnumber us. So they're the most populated people in this country.
Now, it looks like that only affected Goya products for 3 weeks. After the 3 weeks, the sales declined and it went back to normal. So they didn't lose money, but they didn't gain money either. Right. So that
broke even.
There was only one company that was actually affected by a boycott, and that was Bud Light.
For
that
did
2023 transgender. Yeah. Said it looks like Sales still haven't fully recovered after that. So Bud Light is still affected. So it seems like the only thing that makes people come together to protest these billion-dollar companies is transgenders. So.
Transgender, anything non-white.
Yeah. No, that's what got people to stand up. So if Target starts promoting transgenderism,
Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what, Bud Light? I'm gonna give you somebody. I'm gonna give you a group that's gonna save y'all asses. That's gonna save you. Cause guess what? Pepsi went through the same shit. Pepsi almost went out of business.
Until they got black folks.
Exactly. So Bud Light, you better start putting black people in your commercials.
You better know. Niggas don't drink Bud Light.
They will.
I don't even have one nigga that drink Bud Light.
I understand, but they will. They see some popular ass niggas in that motherfucker.
I don't drink beer.
Black people drink Ice House and.
I started out with
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even remember the last time I had a beer.
I had one today. It was a Budweiser.
I kind of want a beer.
It was a Budweiser. I had one.
No, I like beer if you get the right beer. Now, I don't fuck with a lot of domestic shit. I like my white beers, my Yinglings, and my...
The Yinglings.
The last time I had beer, I was out with one of my coworkers. I believe it was one of my coworkers' birthdays, and I was out, and my Mexican coworker brought me, what the hell is that beer with that?
Modelo?
No. No, they seasoned.
Tequila?
Yeah, they had that shit seasoned up. It's fucking tomato juice in it, all types of stuff in it.
Oh, if you had it with tomato, like Clamato?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, hell no. I ain't touching no Clamato. That don't even sound good. I don't even know how.
Clamato. That sounds like it clog your ass up.
It's definitely different. It's just a lot going on. You got salt, pepper.
No, I don't touch Clamato.
What, I'm going to season my damn drinking shit?
No, Mexicans season everything. They season the candy. They season their desserts. Everything got to have tahini on it. Yeah. Even when they eat coochie. They throw a little tahini on it to squeeze a lime.
No.
Hell yeah, boy. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I enjoy beer.
Yeah, so Budweiser get some black people in, get some popular black people in your commercials. Yeah. They'll save your company.
Yeah. So
make sure I get my 10%.
I just don't know black people who drink Budweiser like that.
I mean, again,
every nigga I know who drink Budweiser will drink anything.
That's why you need it. That's why you need to get black people in the commercials. They're gonna save their goddamn company.
I don't think, like, without you saying that, I don't think I got any homeboys that really drink beer like that I hang out with. Like,
black people usually don't. They usually drink liquor.
I can't drink beer like that.
Just have some liquor.
Well, beer fuck my stomach up.
I just don't want the water weight. You gotta drink. I love the. You gotta drink. Beer. You gotta drink about 3 to 6 beers just to get a buzz.
Well, it gotta be the right brand. Like
right,
I said, I drink imported. I like my imported brews.
And then
Hogard.
Growing up, like, you know, the end thing was Heineken. Yeah. My boys were drinking private stock, and look, they would drink some beer. Like,
yeah. No. I agree with that, but no, private stock, no. But, did they have the red and hat lumberjack to match?
We used to drink anything back in the day. Like, if you could drink, if you could
get your hands on it. That's why I said get you a famous black rapper or somebody and put it in Budweiser. Watch how your sales change up.
True. I'll give him that. I'll give you that. Yeah, you put a black rapper on a face or something, and the sales will change.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Budweiser, I want my goddamn cut now. Tell him.
Okay. I wanted to move along to this story about Lil Baby because I've been reading it and I'm just really not understanding totally what the hell is going on. Bro. So Lil Baby is in the news. Apparently, his Lil Baby and his lawyers are denying any involvement in a fatal shooting last summer that killed 2 teenagers, and the Atlanta Police Department is trying to pin it on him, saying it happened because he chose to shoot a music video in the neighborhood there, and during the video, I guess 2 groups got into a conflict, and then after the video shoot was over, they went at each other.
Typical gang side or something like that. But how would you blame somebody for
doing the video
unless they were the cause of it? Like, you know, but just shooting the video and then leaving? Like,
yeah, in his neighborhood, mind you. That's his neighborhood. It's
his old neighborhood he used to live in.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just seems like
they're reaching.
Yeah, the Atlanta police are trying to throw Lil Baby under the bus, probably just to have Just to have somebody to
I'll
blame.
sue their asses for that. It's slander.
Now, they did not name Little Baby in their press conference, but multiple local Atlanta outlets reported he was named in arrest warrants issued for 7 men that have been arrested in connection with the shooting. And so they're saying it's...
motherfuckers talking and they mention his name.
Yeah, so Little Baby has released a statement saying that this is misinformation and fake news. Fans and people should not believe that he was caught up in it. And just reading the story, it just seems like Atlanta police just needed a fall guy, and they're trying to blame Little Baby as if he initiated all this.
Instead of going to do your job and find out who killed these kids, like that, like instead of taking the easy way out, do your job and go find out who committed.
No, the easy way out, just put his name on it.
That's what I'm saying. You're giving the easy way out instead of doing your job and going to find out who these killers were.
Yeah, and so the police said this has all started when an Atlanta-based rapper who decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place he knew he should not have been. Oh, and that's the part that got me.
So they basically saying, well, nigga, because you are a rival gang, because they trying to say he's in a gang without saying it, you went in the area knowing that based off your presence being there was going to cause some shit to pop off. Which again, that's still stretching it. Even if he know that it's a rival gang, it's his old neighborhood. Like, you know, come on, it don't make sense.
Yeah, so
that's weak. ATL police.
Yeah, so the ATL police is not doing their job thoroughly, and the two gangs are Only My Family OMF and 4 Pockets Full. I guess that's 4PF.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, I can't. Yes. Yeah, so that's a little weird, but there have been gangs in Atlanta. There have been gangs in North Carolina, but it was just neighborhoods instead of.
It's just the fact that he's from that's his old neighborhood. They easily attach a famous name to it.
Yeah, so it looks like more details. It looks like 2 teenagers. One was 13. No, they were both 13. Was shot and killed shortly after 12:30 a.m. on July 2nd as a result of the gang violence, and the arrest warrants say one person who was shot in the foot left their apartment to wish a happy birthday. Oh, so basically one of the people that was shot was an innocent bystander who was just there to wish somebody happy birthday when the gunfire got happening. They got hit, which is unfortunate, but as you've heard, a bullet always has no name on it. So, you know, that's the point of why people don't randomly shoot in the crowds and shit, because somebody innocent is always going to get hurt. That's never cool. So I don't even know why Little Baby's name was mentioned if there's legally nothing he can do about it. I wonder if this is like them trying to name him to set him up for lawsuits.
He's the most famous name in this equation, so I'm going to link it to him.
Yeah, basically saying his presence caused it.
Yeah. I don't like that.
That's all it is. Do your job and go find out who did it.
1-900 blame a nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to see how that plays out, but we know somebody who did do it, and it looks like it's Joy Taylor. Yeah, I heard Joy Taylor.
Got sidelined.
Yeah, got sidelined, which she should have, assuming the reports and all the details.
Why would she get sidelined for?
For plotting on.
She ain't plotting on her. She just did not back her. That's all.
No, plotting on that dude who was smashing at Fox Sports, Chris Dixon, the CEO guy.
Yeah,
the one she planned on charging him with SA if shit didn't go her way. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I was saying she should have been suspended, just because she was plotting, assuming any of that was true, because it was just insider reports.
Well, based off what's being reported, is she sidelined because of that, her name would pop up in that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Which is weak.
Supposedly.
All she just didn't do was support her friend.
Like I said, if she loses this job at Fox Sports, I don't see anybody else who would touch Joy, because
somebody go to
somebody.
Did you see her body? Did you see her? Did you see?
Listen to what I'm saying before you jump up and y'all get now. The person she's messing with at Fox News is what the CEO. Now most men in that position have wives, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So you think a wife of a guy who has a corporation like that is going to let him hire Joy Taylor, knowing what Joy Taylor does?
That if he don't say nothing to his wife, that she
He ain't gonna say nothing to his wife, and she just pop
But
up
if her
on the
name
show.
is hot in the streets and she can give a boost to the
Like I
network,
said.
they gonna hire her.
Okay, we'll see if I don't know if.
but
Fox
you're
is gonna let her
assuming
go.
Joy Taylor is going to do the same thing a second time.
Right.
She fucked him to get famous.
You said
She's already famous.
Y'all say once a cheater, always a cheater. So that means once a home wrecker, always a home wrecker. Right or wrong?
Did she home wreck the house?
Was my man married?
She did it to get ahead. She
did
wasn't
it-
trying to wreck his home. She
Right.
wasn't fucking him for him.
Yeah, she
So
wanted a pay raise.
Because just because she wasn't fucking for him,
She
you don't-
used her
you think
assets.
You think everything all hunky dory at his house?
No.
So who home wrecked it then?
He did.
Actually,
She wasn't fucking him.
Actually, she did home wreck. Her homegirl put it in a damn lawsuit,
Yeah.
naming everything that was going on
Yeah.
instead of just naming
So
what.
technically, none of that shit is true yet.
Exactly. So like I was saying,
That's the
it's a
speculation.
lawsuit. It's a lawsuit that's
Certainly not a reason to divorce your husband
Right.
over speculation.
Right,
from
exactly.
A woman who has to gain millions.
right because of something that happened to
Yeah.
her.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I mean,
And then she in California, so
Yeah.
California is real funny about firing people for.
but she's Joy Taylor. She has
Right.
a name.
She got a body too. Did you see her in her bathing suit? I mean, damn, she got
Yeah.
ass for days, bro.
Yeah, it's called money, bro. That's money can buy you that body because that body is fake.
She get an ass.
I ain't say ass.
When she bought it.
I said
okay.
abs.
Oh.
Abs.
I was gonna say Joy Taylor, like
She-
Those
got
I
a-
titties
said
ain't
ass.
hers. She is the bionic woman, but yeah,
She
none
look
of that
good,
shit is
damn it.
real.
She
I
look
mean, yeah,
good.
she better look good.
her face.
Look good.
That's it better.
She invested in herself.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get the point of doing all that shit and not using it towards. What is the point of getting
Yeah,
a
but-
BBL if it can't secure you a husband or money?
But now that's what everybody knows Joy out there to do. So if she does,
Supposedly. It's only been said because she's named in a lawsuit.
Yeah, there is no legal proof.
once you're in the court of public opinion, you know what it is. So
I got you.
But that's going.
And this is why I caution everybody: don't sit here and allow shit that this motherfucker just throw shit on the wall and you're like, oh yeah, aha, we got him.
Peanut butter skin.
You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That
You
big
don't know.
rack.
That can be you. Somebody can say some shit and it get out there on the internet, whatever, and somebody gonna have an opinion on you. Because it goes back to we was talking about this damn boycott. Because it ain't me, I ain't gotta worry about it.
Well, I'm curious to know what's happening next because so far she hasn't been fired, but she's been suspended from the past
So
3
she's
shows.
still getting paid.
Yeah, so she's still getting paid. And
They just put it on the sideline and let things cool down, even though it's been out for months.
yeah, I'm like, if you didn't suspend her that week, then there ain't no point because all that shit died down, really.
Yeah, because by her being off the show, that's going to bring more
speculation.
You adding fuel to the fire.
That's when you know it's like, oh shit, Joy ain't there. Oh, you know something.
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
And she
You
been
should have
dressing.
stopped it. You should have took her off the show.
When it first
When it
came
happened.
out.
First happened.
But
But
now
then
that,
more speculation would have happened. Why ain't she on the show?
right.
Now it's even more that she ain't there. So this go
Because
anyway.
motherfuckers trying to do damage control.
Yeah, so that's going to be very interesting.
So
She
she
Joy.
coming back? You think she'll be back?
Yeah, she'll be back.
Now she has denied every allegation against her set forth in the complaint. So she
I
is
would
not.
expect her to.
Well, yeah, I would too.
I'd be like, nah, I ain't do none of that stuff.
But yeah, this is gonna be who's gonna replace her? You think another woman's gonna replace her? Are
Yeah.
they gonna bring in another?
It's
nigga?
always a
Gotta
woman.
put a
It's
woman in
always
that
a
place.
woman that's on that
Acho.
hosting.
Yeah, Acho can smash him.
You got to put another woman in her place, though.
Yeah,
But you better make sure that them numbers.
she gonna be unattractive.
right.
I don't know about that because, see, this is the thing. And regardless of what we think about Joy, Joy bring viewers in.
Yeah,
That's why.
Just to look at Joy.
That's why I said. That's why I said if you replace it, you better make sure.
And I'll give her credit. She knows her sports too. She's got an idea about sports, but you just tune in just to be like, what Joy got on today? How Joy looking today? So yeah, Joy brings in viewers.
She look right. You know, I don't hate, but you know, it's not natural. I would prefer Taylor Rooks over Joy.
Man, you don't know who natural now.
And I think Taylor Rooks, I don't even know if she's natural.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know who's
But none of that
now.
matters because they're at the top where they're being seen, so it's worth it. To me, it's an investment. You know, for somebody like Joy Taylor, who I've seen how she was built, this is an investment. She's gotten more out of her body parts that she purchased than she would have ever got being natural. So I can't be mad at it. Now, I think it's silly when there are all these women out here saving up their tax refunds to go get a BBL, and you just going to be in Raleigh or Durham. That's stupid as hell to get a BBL. You better off going to the gym.
They don't. They want to take their ass over and get that shit done cheap.
But yeah, I think it's just a bad thing when you're not making money off your body. If you get some OnlyFans money because you got some implants,
Like you
more
say,
power to you.
I see it as, like you say, it's an investment. If you're just getting it done just because you want to maybe step your game up in the food chain in Raleigh, that's worthless.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Completely worthless.
You do not get a BBL unless you plan on going to like a major city, New York, Atlanta, L.A., Dallas, Houston, you know, Chicago, shit like that. If you just gonna be slinging in a mid-sized city, you did yourself a big disservice if you ain't using it to capitalize on your body. But shout out to Joy Taylor. I'm just curious to see who's gonna be the replacement, or even if she's fired.
She gets replaced, she might not.
Yeah,
like you said.
Okay. Now, I know Hassan was talking about this, and I've been watching this shit all week. I am anxiously awaiting Tuesday to see Corey Holcomb's 5150 in his response back to Kendra
G.
Because this shit has been going on all week, and I'm not going to lie. I've been looking at both shows because I watch Corey Holcomb. I've been watching Corey Holcomb since he started, when he first premiered 15 years ago in the Conga Room. So I've been a fan. I watch Kendra G. Not every show, but when I can. When the NBA is on and the game sucks and it's a blowout, let me watch Kendra G.
Too.
Man, listen. The one thing that people got to understand: never come for a comedian. Never.
Well, my thing is this: Kendra had to say something because Corey went in.
Corey might not,
but he told the truth though.
I don't know.
But he went in. I'm not mad at her responding because she had to say something. Corey did dedicate about 15 minutes to shitting on her arm.
But the shit that he pointed out was real though.
It was real. I'm not saying I disagree with Corey. I'm just saying he shitted on her. Like, she had to say something.
And what was the point of him doing it? Like
because what she did was it's levels to this shit.
So what? Who is Corey Holcomb? Like he's got a nice little, he got a great podcast, stuff like that. But what was
he's a comedian legend?
Yeah, he's a comedy.
Why did he have to go in on her?
Because he's like this, like. You go on to Tamara Hall's show, like Tamara Hall. Excuse me, my bad. Tamara Hall's show, and you're talking about dating, and the women, your views that you talking about is from unrealistic women
women from her show.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so you getting on her about something that she does. Like, this is what she does. It's not like she does something else and then moonlights as a dating thing. This is her lane.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's her lane, but realistically,
like
her show is just exploitive,
right? Yeah, you basically admit that you're a gold digger.
Yeah.
So he basically called her ass out. That's what you promoting.
Kendra brought that bullshit from her show to a mostly white audience,
exactly,
and embarrassed herself.
Exactly, you stereotyping black women.
Yeah, it was a stereotype, and it was just a bad look.
$200 lashes.
Hold on. And I kind of see what you're saying, but do you see how some of these chicks be out here acting like?
I get you.
We're not stereotyping.
But not all black women like that.
No, but not all. No, definitely not. Mm-hmm. But we're not stereotyping.
But when you get on
it is chicks out there like
got
that.
you. But when you get on a national televised like that, televised show like that, and you bring your ghettoism on there, you putting a stigma on black women.
Yeah.
So that's where he came in like, bitch,
this was a bad
you
look.
Doing too much. You supposed to kept that shit on your show.
Yeah.
Not bring that ghetto ass shit on a national. Because even Tamara's like, well,
that's a lie.
if you doing if you're doing this all by yourself, then why the man got to do it? And she come follow. Well, if he's there, he got to better do something. Like she like he's not there for your wigs or your eyelashes.
But from what I saw, Kendra G was like she could do all that stuff for herself. Yeah. Which okay, cool.
But she also ended up by saying if a man's there taking up her time, then she feel like he should take on some of the responsibility.
And that's
and
how she possibly
right. And you could tell by the class, the levels what Corey was talking about, like because she's saying this is what a man's supposed to take up what you do on your own because he's dating you. He should take that up on because he's dating you. And Tamara like, well, if you've been doing that, then you keep doing that. He's not dating you for your eyelashes or your wigs and stuff like that. That just show you class. Whereas Tamara, she like, if I've been doing this without you, I'm gonna continue on doing this without you. Now, if you just so happen to say, hey, baby, I got it, I'll do this for her, she ain't gonna bat an eye and say no. You know what I'm saying? But she's not gonna make it a requirement. Whereas Kendra G trying to come off as if this is what I'm doing for myself, if I'm spending $500 to $1,000 for me, then whoever this man that's supposed to be dating me, he should be able to take care of that shit.
And that's how she could feel. Like, you know, we're in different classes. I'm not in that class where I got that kind of money to throw. If I had it, I possibly might throw it.
Well, that's
if I had it.
Yeah, but we also look, and then we also didn't mind she contradicting herself because Tasha K got at her a couple weeks ago because she's like, everybody know who your man is. Your man's a scammer.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on with Kendra G and with Corey. But basically what happened with Corey, he went in on her appearance on Tamron Hall, and also he went in on Kendra G because she was dancing. She was at the Super Bowl in the stadium dancing to the halftime show, and her wig was slipping and almost came off. So Corey was calling her out on that. Like, yo, you got all this money. Your wig shouldn't be flying off like that. That shit it's a bad look. And so he just proceeded to do that. And then, of course, it's Corey. So he started talking about her looks.
He's going to pile on.
Yeah, he piled it on. That's why I said when she responded, I wasn't mad at her responding because she had to say something. But the thing with Kendra G is she's not good at roasting. And Kendra has the safety of her audience. And also, another issue, I think, is Kendra G doesn't realize she's a part of the YouTube community she's trying to shit on in her messages.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, right, so she's trying to play this role of I'm a celebrity, y'all are all just peasants, I look down on you, you know, y'all are little to me, and it's like you're a YouTuber, you're a part of the same people you're insulting. You view yourself in a different light because maybe you might have done TV, but Will Smith is on YouTube and he calls himself a YouTuber. You're not bigger than Will Smith, so that whole I'm above you peasants and that attitude got to chill. Because one thing I know about the YouTube community, them motherfuckers will turn on you, and everything.
One wrong move, they'll be gone.
They'll jump in your shit, and I think Kendra don't know that because she said herself, "I don't watch other YouTube channels but my own shit. I don't watch YouTube," so she don't know how deep the community is. It's not just some dusty niggas living in their basement stealing Kevin Samuel clips. No, there's millions and hundreds of thousands of motherfuckers. You just insulted Mr. Beast.
It's 100 millions
of YouTubers, right? People with their own channels, and you are a part of this. You make your money off of YouTube. So to sit there and insult other YouTubers, that's where you're gonna get shot in the foot. Right. It's not even Corey that's gonna fuck you up because we expect Corey to eviscerate you. So nothing's shocking there.
He gonna eviscerate your ass when he hears a response.
Yeah, but I think the problem with Kendra G is she cares too much what people think, and that's what's going to cripple her.
Really to, like,
that wasn't it wasn't a lie.
But what can he like? Come on, like just let it go. Like what
he let it go. He said what he had to say.
Keep in mind, we haven't heard anything from Corey since
she responded.
But he got on her.
Yeah,
and in turn she responded. Now let it go.
No, he gonna have to. He got to respond.
He might because she did try to play him.
She tried to play him.
How you try to play him?
Because what he said,
the way she talked. No,
what he said was true. He like, you taking your ghetto ass in so many words. He said you taking your ghetto ass on this national televised and bringing your hood booger views on this national TV, and
so
we all
play her.
No, he said you should have stayed in your lane. You went up there doing too much. That's what he was saying, and which he was. And he pointed out other stuff.
Lots of people have criticized Kendra G's appearance on Tamron Hall.
And then when she was on, and then if you look at some of her content, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to play men.
To do like, okay, boom. She went on Tamron Hall. He went in on the Tamron Hall thing. She responded, kill it. It's over.
Well, I mean, that's to be seen. We don't know right now. Corey don't have social media.
But us knowing Corey,
he ain't gonna let that.
He ain't gonna let that shit slide. He gonna clap back.
See, the thing with Kendra, she can't out roast Corey. So,
she did hit him too.
What is it about John Cena?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
she did try to hit him with a low blow.
Yeah.
With the Cam Newton interview, she's like, Corey, you just want women that doesn't have no money because you even said it yourself, which he did on a Cam Newton interview that he liked impoverished women because he could control them.
She was taking Corey and trying to use him as a proxy for all men. That's why, especially on Tamron Hall, because Tamron was like. She was the one who put out there, there are some men who don't like women to have their own money so they can control them.
Corey did say that he had to put his hands on him.
Now that I can't co-sign.
That's what he did.
That wasn't comedy. That was Corey giving you. I can't co-sign.
I mean, but we ain't gonna front and lie like that. If some women around here, we ain't gonna front.
I ain't gonna justify.
You didn't. You're not. You don't have to justify or co-sign nothing. But let's don't act like that. We don't know or never experienced. Women don't view some segment of the women. Don't view men that don't whoop on their ass. If you don't put no paws on them, you're not a man. In some segment, they have.
I don't know because
I know.
Leave those
I have
women.
personal experience. Personal experience. I can speak on that.
If I have to train you like
physically, I can't do it.
No, I've listen. I'm gonna tell you this.
Right.
This is
Remember, this story will be used against you in the future.
That's
nigga.
Fine. True story.
When you beef with Kendra G,
true.
Pull this story out. Nigga.
It doesn't matter.
True
story. True story. One of my first adult relationships. The woman I was dating, she was in an abusive relationship. Now she about as same complexion as Branson. And dude was beating her ass so much that she had actual raccoon eyes. So imagine a woman his color getting raccoon eyes. Now, she supposed to have temporarily left him. We was together. We got in an argument. I pretty much was just based like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she actually came out of her mouth and said to me, you're no man. I said, why? Why ain't no man? Because I don't put my hands on you? Because I don't beat you like how that other nigga did? So there's women out there that believes that they've been traumatized because of the abuse or whatever the case may be, or they probably seen it as their moms, grandmothers used to get their ass whooped. If a man doesn't put their hands on you, he's not a man.
Regardless of how she thinks or not, it's still.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The fuck away from a woman
I get
like
what
that.
you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I just don't want, when we're talking about stuff like that, when Corey said that, we don't want to sit here and be like, there's reason behind it, because there are some segment.
There aren't reasons behind it.
No. What I'm saying is, you can point out and talk about something without co-signing it. Yeah. All I'm just saying is there are segment of the women out there that if you don't put hands on them, they don't view you as a man. That's all.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't deal with those.
I've experienced that.
Once my ex put me in that level of anger, I said I can't be with you no more.
We got to go to physical blow.
I can't do it.
You're too much.
I got you.
Yeah, once I get my anger pushed.
Oh, you ain't never been in a relationship where it was so toxic that she make you mad, and afterwards she want to fuck you? You ain't never been in no shit like that?
That was probably 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's not what I asked.
I'm a petty nigga.
It don't matter. I just asked you, ain't never experienced.
I've experienced
Okay, there we go.
Petty nigga. I can't let shit slide no more.
I got you.
When your boy came out his mouth, when Corey Holcomb said that he physically
put hands on women.
That's
some.
I don't believe in that.
Completely lost me at.
But he can make
me.
it funny, but that wasn't funny. That wasn't a joke.
Right.
That was.
I get you.
Yeah.
But the thing about that
poverty shit was a joke.
Right. The thing that is a joke and it's real. What he was saying. See, the thing about it with Corey is he has an edge with him, even though he speak on some shit that we don't want to talk about, but it's truth to that. Yeah. It's truth to that. You got some women in the impoverished circumstances. If You don't.
But they're taking advantage of Corey.
Oh, he said they're taking advantage of each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
He said
they're both
that.
willing adults.
Right.
They need something from each other.
Exactly.
It's a working relationship.
Exactly.
So what it is with Kendra G is in this, I hope Corey doesn't eviscerate her too hard.
No, get her ass.
Because if he does, she's going to respond, and it's only going to get worse.
It don't matter. He going to clown her ass.
Just leave it alone.
You don't fuck with a comedian.
That's the other thing that a lot, like, you've had your back and forth. Now, what else is there to go about? Like, why?
Corey got to say something.
He's a comedian.
She tried to play him.
He's a comedian.
Lied on the nigga. You know what the jacked up part is? Corey almost has double the subscribers that Kendra G has.
Exactly.
And she was talking down to him.
Right. You don't do that. That's disrespect right there.
Once she bring out him putting hands on a female, this is going to change his whole
Nah, it ain't.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't because he said it himself.
He says it in
He speaks on it himself.
Nobody, and that's the thing. Kendra cares about what people think about
He
him.
don't care.
Corey
Because
don't.
if so, he said it in the Cam Newton interview. If he cared, he would have been in Hollywood.
Yeah, he don't care.
He don't give a fuck.
Kendra cares.
He made it out of Chicago. He's making money, so this shit doesn't.
Kendra literally had to make up shit about Corey that just wasn't true in order to like try and roast him. She doesn't have the chops to get at him on that level.
He does.
Yeah, and the thing is, the only way to defeat a nigga like that is with the truth or with lies. And Corey's truthful. You're not going to expose anything new. So you got to lie.
Talked about.
The only edge you have on Corey is by lying on him. So that's the only way.
And that only goes with so far because again, you talking about a comedian.
Yeah,
it's not a winning situation for Corey.
It is. It is a winning situation
for Corey.
It's not a winning situation. So why even keep going if it's not going to be a winning situation?
All he was saying is don't go up there embarrassing yourself on national TV.
And another thing is Kendra, like I said, she dissed the YouTube community. There are already niggas who do reaction channels and shit that aren't us because we don't react to Kendra D shit.
Right.
But all them niggas are gonna go in on her. And
they're gonna make content on her ass.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep roasting her. And
so she opened up a big bag of worms.
Yeah, I think she tried to, and in her caring about what people think and trying to make herself seem bigger, she shitted on the whole community of people.
So that goes back to what Corey was saying. You up there running your damn mouth, don't know what the fuck you talking about, because what you do on your show, he said this, you are catering to the women on your show.
Yeah.
Them women on that show does not speak for the majority.
Yeah, that is true.
That was it. That's the reason why he talked about it.
Yeah. So she lives in her bubble where the only time she can roast anybody is when she controls the narrative on her channel. So
right.
The minute you start making sense going against Kendra, she's going to block you, get you off the chat. So it's not like she's good at roasting.
Exactly.
It's just anytime somebody gets the upper hand, she kicks them off on her platform. Outside of her platform, she's food.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say, whatever Corey says, just let it go because
don't come back.
There's going to be no W for her or her homegirls.
It'll be a W for him.
And not only that, you're not battling Corey. You're battling the YouTube community.
Right, exactly. If she kept it strictly, yeah, but she brought it on herself. She brought it on herself.
If you keep going after this woman, you don't think it
not
looks
just
like bullying?
Corey. It's going to be a whole YouTube. And women going in on
she incorporated a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, remember, there are female YouTubers,
I'm just saying, look, after a while, it just looks like bullying after a while.
Oh, and you're right. It is to a degree. But, hey, sometimes you got to face the repercussions.
You got to know when to hold them.
Know when to fold them.
Know when to fold them.
Yeah, she just got to learn, man. You got to go at certain people. You can't go at the whole community. You can't go at everybody. So
money.
Okay.
At the table.
Let's not do the whole song and get a copyright strike.
I'm just singing it for a verse. No, not even a whole verse.
They give you copyright strikes on singing lyrics. You watch Nightcap?
I got a question for you. So what if Citibank put $81 trillion in your account?
Say who?
You didn't hear about the mistake Citibank made the other day?
It don't matter because you're not going to keep
You ain't
that
going to keep it. They're going to take it back from you.
If I see $89 trillion in my account tomorrow, I'm not spending a dollar of that shit.
They're going to take
everything. I know it's a mistake.
And they're going to take everything that you bought with it from you.
You already know it's a mistake. Yeah, ain't nothing you gonna do that can't be. You're not getting away with it. There's nothing you can do to get.
They know how much exactly put in your damn
withdraw
account.
all the money.
They're gonna get it all back. Whatever you buy, they're gonna take that shit from you.
There ain't even no point in getting
you can't
inside.
Withdraw 81 trillion. Like,
you can't.
The bank gonna look at you. The bank gonna look at you stupid like, nigga, you know you ain't never had no 89 trillion. Like, you barely keep $10,000. You don't even keep $10,000 in your bank.
Nigga, something like that.
Your checking account over.
I ain't gonna lie.
Your checking account bounces and shit when it come bill time. Nigga, if you don't keep a positive of $100,000 minimum in your account, they gonna look at you stupid.
Nigga, that would scare the shit. Like I wouldn't be happy if I saw that. The minute I see that level of money in my bank account, nothing good is gonna be in. I'm not gonna be smiling. I'm not gonna be happy. What up? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be scared for my fucking life the minute I see that.
I ain't gonna be scared.
No, I'm gonna be scared because I can't spend my money.
I can't try.
That's true.
I can't try to take 50 grand out though, just real quick.
I mean, again, you
I can't even go to Food Line and buy my groceries.
Look. You can, but whatever you buy, they're gonna take that shit back. That's all. Whatever you buy,
but that's the
thing.
They're
gonna take it back.
What if I could afford whatever it is? What if I could afford whatever it is I bought without that money in my account?
Well, they know exactly how much you had before that done.
But you know how they do. Ooh, what's the $70 at Food Line? We gotta like, yo, I already know how them niggas gonna be. I gotta starve until niggas figure shit out. They gonna fuck with you for like at
least 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, I'll be like, come on, dog.
Within 24 hours, that money will be corrected.
And I'll be like, yo, I know y'all made this mistake, but y'all got to take an L on some of this money. I mean, you got to let me walk away with at least $500 or something.
They ain't gonna do none of that shit.
I know.
You got to give me something.
Yeah, you got to give me something for my troubles because that's going to cause a lot of stress.
How many times you reload the app again to make
In fact, couldn't you sue?
Bitch.
Couldn't you sue a bank for that? Like,
you probably could.
Your fuck up just caused me
PTSD. Don't you know my life? I thought my life changed before, man. I went from being the richest people in the world to the poorest, back to the poorest, nigga.
Refresh this, like,
yeah,
nah, nigga, that's a lawsuit.
You can sue the damn bank.
Yeah, you can sue the bank.
Sue their ass. Trump did it. Trump sued all his goddamn all the people that gave him money and won.
Yeah. That is some traumatic shit.
Yeah, that's PTSD to the max. Yeah. You wake up, you're like, bitch, I'm rich. I'm rich.
Count all them zeros.
Like all them zeros, like motherfucker. Yeah. What? Nigga. What? No. Bitch, I'm up out of here.
Yeah, that's.
Look, the Jefferson song is playing in my head and shit.
Whoa, boy.
Goddamn. Okay, so moving on to sports. We had the NFL Combine this week.
Yeah.
NFL.
No. Before we get to sports, I had a couple of topics I wanted to talk about.
Go for it.
We'll start with this one. Neo.
What about
Leave that man alone.
Out of the fourth.
He told you what it was, man.
Look, first of all, my homegirl, women don't even believe he's straight. Like, they're like, regardless of how many women you add to this equation, they still think he's gay.
When you're Neo, you can have whatever you like. He's a multimillionaire.
I agree,
right.
But as a guy.
Right.
And I'm just asking, 4 is a lot.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
4 chicks.
No,
I
it's
couldn't
not.
deal with 4 chicks.
I could not deal with 4
If they are now, is they all living in a house? Or you just talking about you rotating?
They're all living together.
Okay, all right. If you all living together,
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do that.
Why?
I could do 2.
Why?
I could do 2.
Why can't you do 4?
I realize space is more important to me than new
You got a
pussy.
space. You got a mansion, nigga. You take your ass over here. You take your ass over there. You take your ass over there.
We gonna have a real guy talk.
Yeah, let's talk.
Okay, boom. So you got 4 chicks.
Yeah.
Now you already know with the 2 you got, they might vibe. Mm-hmm. You bring in the third. Mm-hmm. The 2 you got already now.
Looking at
the third one,
right side eye.
Kind of, okay. You bring a 4th one. Mm-hmm. Now,
the fourth one might be like fucking with the third one. So you got 2 on 2.
Come on, man. Nah.
Listen, man.
Listen.
Why? All right, listen. Hold on, back up. Let's back up. See, listen, it's in our DNA, bro. All the way to kid.
We're talking about dealing it with one.
Yeah. You know, it's just like you. It's just like you. It's just like you running a business. When you run a business and you have X amount of employees, you got to manage all those damn employees. So now, these employees are the women that he date, he fuck, all the other shit. So you got to manage their ass. Everybody got to get their quality time in. And long as you, what I just said, what I told you, long as you got them blue pills, you good.
You know it ain't no
Never
way
took none.
you can scrape quality time.
He's a millionaire.
For chicks.
Yes, you can. It's not like he got to clock in a 9-to-5 job. He don't got to put in 10 to 12 hours.
Shout out to Neo. If you could do it, you could do it. Me personally,
I could.
Just dealing with different.
I could.
Dealing with different personalities, knowing people and dealing with different personalities, juggling four.
Go back with
personalities.
Go back with Corey. Listen, if you got the means to change a person's life, they gonna shut the hell up. If you can change a person's life and you're not 100%
a person though, you're changing.
Okay, if you got
people,
exactly,
and eventually one of these ladies, any guy, knows
they ain't getting out of line. They ain't getting out of line. Let me tell you why. Because nigga, you flying on a private jet. We going anywhere around the world.
That's why your boy broke down crying.
Who?
That's why Dame broke, because he living this crazy lifestyle
the
that
problem,
you can't sustain.
Dame is like that because he has diabetes.
Right.
He broke because he has diabetes.
No, not broke. You said his lifestyle.
No, Dame living this. They were like, Dame was flying private 5 years straight.
Dame Dash?
Yes, Dame's got a urinal in his bathroom. Cam was like, I ain't never seen
Damn, a urinal make niggas broke? Hell no. I love a urinal in my crib.
You can only sustain.
I ain't got to worry about pee splashing on my toilet.
Listen.
You can only sustain this lifestyle so
Why do you think Diddy had freak offs? He had nothing but time on his hand. When you're a millionaire, billionaire, money's coming in. When you up, when you sleep, all the above. All you gotta do is stick your head. You don't even gotta stick your head in the office no more. Get on that damn phone and have a Zoom meeting.
More power to him.
Go right back to fucking.
More power to him if he can entertain four chicks. I can't do it.
All you do it, what? As the older you get, the most you fucking an hour to two. So you talking about if out of a 24-hour period, right? I'm getting 8 hours of sleep. I'm getting at least 4 to 6 hours of sleep. Outside of that, I'm getting an hour in the workout. Outside getting an hour in the workout. I'm also sitting here, whatever hobbies and whatever it is I gotta do. I still got at least 4 to 8 hours to play with. An hour for your ass, an hour for you, an hour for you, and an hour for you. And then once I get my rest, and I'm gonna come back. Huh?
Like this is
and then, man, sometimes we are all doing this together. You got to break off. You got to break off and give them each individual their own time, and then y'all do y'all group thing.
I can't.
I could.
I can't do 4.
If I had the opportunity, I could.
I can't. I might could do 2, but 4 is just.
If you can do 2, you can do 4. If you can do 2, you can do 4.
I can't do either.
You can. The problem is the point that you guys are missing. The point that you're missing is
get on my nerves.
Yeah, I got you.
2
but
definitely going to be
right. So when them 2 get on your nerves, you go to the 3rd or 4th one. There you go. That's how you do it. You keep rotating them niggas. The thing about it is, what you're missing is they have too much time on their hands. They don't have to clock in. They got people handling this shit for them. So if you got a business, and small business owners can range from 2 employees to 2,500.
It's that soda.
I couldn't do 4 chicks at one time.
Man, I could. If I had opportunity,
I don't want to deal with that.
I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't want.
Because you piss me off.
Because if you piss me off, it gets so toxic. Hey, security, remove her, please.
Damn, you gonna treat her like goddamn
hey,
Omarosa.
Listen, we are here for a purpose. So you must, for me, I'm making your life easier based off the you are taking care of my needs and I'm taking care of your needs. Now, if you coming up short on my needs and you stressing me out in the process, I got to do a process elimination. Somebody got to go, and then I got to replace your ass. Yeah. Remember what I said. But listen though. But you remember what I said though. We were talking about this months ago. There's enough women out here for 4 to 1. For every guy, every eligible man it can be 4 women apiece and still be a lot left over.
That's true, but I couldn't do 4.
I could.
And I've been
4 is too many.
I
4 is
could.
too many. I just think 4 is too many.
The word "can't" should never be in your vocabulary.
It can't.
That's too many.
That is way too many. Cool. You have another topic?
I do have another topic.
Go for it.
I'd like to say that the editors at the Rolling Stone are smoking dick if you think that The Lady in My Life is the worst song on the Thriller album. Just my opinion.
Yeah, let's speak on that because Rolling Stone, you can smoke ass, and I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, his worst album, Invincible.
Nah, we just talking about the.
I got you, but this is why
It's worse than Blood on the Dance Floor?
No. This is why I say what they said was an asinine comment. If you saying that was the worst song, right? And I'm about to show some BS what they're saying. His worst album, Invincible, sold 14 million copies.
That's not what we're talking about. What we're
you're
saying
not
is
follow me
the
right
track
quick.
list on Thriller.
I got you.
The worst song on Thriller is "Lady in My Life,"
which is bullshit.
It's really the song with Paul McCartney.
Right, but that's
what they didn't want to say.
I got
Paul
you.
McCartney up there.
So you saying it's the worst of worst because Paul McCartney on
No,
it?
it's just the worst song.
The worst song up there. It's not because Paul McCartney's up there. They didn't want to say it because
Paul McCartney is up there
on the song. You know how high they hold Paul McCartney?
Right, the Beatles. Yeah, I got you.
Boom, but The Girl Is Mine, that's the song up there, right?
Yeah.
That worst song on Thriller.
Yeah.
Worst song on Thriller.
That's the song nobody sings.
Of course, because
you don't ever sing that song.
Of course, because if you
doing
how
shit.
many tracks Thriller got?
Like 11, yeah, 9, 10.
9, 10, somewhere around there.
So out of 10, 9 of them you gonna repeat.
I'll go as far as
how
to
many
say
albums do that?
Illmatic.
Infamous. Like I could go to several like
but
albums
has sold as many as Thriller though.
None.
Thank you.
But no, what I'm saying is like I'd even go as far as to say "The Lady in My Life" is the best song on Thriller.
No, it's not.
Hell no.
No. And that's how far I'd go.
No, because you got Thriller.
I think it's
you got Thriller. What else? What else up there on the Thriller?
Everything is up there.
Like I said, he got 11.
PYT,
Right. Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Right.
Of
That's what I'm saying.
songs
Out of 11 tracks, you gonna repeat 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's just the least. That's just you comparing apples to orange. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. He got nothing but hit songs on that shit. So yeah, out of all of them, it might be the least played out of all of them. I can agree with him on that.
Yeah.
I can.
That Lady in My Life.
Yeah, the least played out of all the rest of them.
Without it, we wouldn't have got LL Cool J's "Hey Lover."
Baby Be
I get you,
Mine,
but if that song wasn't on the album, it wouldn't have stopped nothing. That's all I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you comparing all the other songs that's up there, yeah, this shit is hard. That shit is hard. So they had to pick something say
it was "The Girl Is Mine" or "Baby Be Mine." Those were the
no.
two
The Girl
songs.
Is Mine. The Girl Is Mine.
Yeah, that's the song. Yeah, you don't sing too much.
Yeah, I know. I remember the damn video and shit. It's like there's they like.
That's why I said they wouldn't say it was that song because Paul McCartney was, up there
on
and
it.
they
But yeah,
slight
that's
Paul
clearly the
McCartney.
one song you don't sing when you're doing stuff outside in the garden or something.
Right, that's just something that you some throwaway ride along music.
No, that was just a favor he called Paul McCartney over for say.
Yeah, exactly. He owed him a run back. That's
Yeah,
what it
he's
was.
like, Michael, I really want you to put this song on the album. He's like, shit. Really?
They did say, and he was
Mike
like,
didn't want this shit on the album. He just needed a return on the favor. Yeah. You guessed on my shit, you gotta guess.
Like, bitch,
Yeah.
I don't want you up there. I bought your catalog,
Mike
motherfucker.
said that song was so whack I had to buy your catalog.
Yeah, Mike said how much was your catalog? Paul said 64
So now
million.
Rolling Stones done said that
Mike said, go
the
make
Migos
that
were better
purchase.
than Mobb Deep and
Really?
yeah, that
Oh,
was,
yeah.
And
said
they-
what?
Let's just know the Rolling Stone is full of white people.
Yeah.
It's-
smoking dick. That's what.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're still around, to be perfectly honest
Yeah.
with you. They should have folded when all the other magazines folded.
All right, before we jump into sports.
Dang. We'll talk about her ass. What's
Stank DeMoss.
no, your Detroit rapper chick.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look,
What
you
about her?
saw her photo shoot.
Who didn't see it? But
Like
You can see it from the moon, nigga.
look, I don't knock anybody hustle. If she thinks she can get money like that,
I mean,
so
she
be it.
can because it's a fetish for women her size.
So I ain't gonna.
But you know, you see she get roasted online. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah.
But I did tell you. But I did say.
Yeah, you better.
I did tell you that she was gonna use that Uber shit as a clout thing too. Look
Well,
what
she
did.
should. She might as well.
They had her ass greased
Don't be
up.
surprised when she get her OnlyFans.
They had she got one.
She already has
She
one.
probably got one because motherfuckers. Hey, listen, if she get OnlyFans, she'll be rich.
That's what the pictures were for her.
Right? They got her ass. Look, they got her ass glossed up like a butterball turkey, boy.
But
She shine.
make some money.
Look like a bowling ball. A
Look,
freshly clean
somebody
bowling
asked me like. Somebody asked me, I said, ain't no way you can fuck her because number one leg, nigga, you gonna be tired as hell. That look, niggas so tired they ain't even hitting the damn spot. They putting in the belly button.
You need that thing for a broken leg from the hospital.
Right, hold her shit up.
I don't even think about
You
it.
can't even get in there, and then you
I
got
wouldn't
then
even
you
go
got to
that
lift the
far.
damn stomach. You got some fighting to do to get up in there, boy.
Ain't even.
That's okay. I'd personally choose my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, long before.
Over and over and over again. All right, before you get into sports, I gotta do a wrestling thing real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Shout out my girl Bianca Belair, who will be going to WrestleMania, main eventing against Rhea Ripley, I believe, as of right now. John Cena did turn heel tonight, so John Cena's a bad guy. Him and The Rock are going to be running together. Sammy,
Oh God.
So the Rock is a bad guy too.
Oh yeah, The Rock and John Cena.
That's like $1 billion
Yeah,
worth of
yeah.
shitty movies.
I last time I
Has The Rock been in
I
anything
used to be
good
a
besides
wrestling
the
fan.
knee?
I stopped watching wrestling in the
Yeah,
90s.
besides Fast and Furious. Because it seems like every movie he's in bombs.
Hold on now. Let me think.
He had Fast and Furious.
Outside of Fast and the Furious.
He had that one, that rescue one.
Mummy.
The Mummy.
The Mummy was not was that successful.
he
I said
did-
successful.
The Mummy was
That was his first character.
Well, he just did
But he
one. He
did it,
just
so
did
it's
one
successful.
like a couple years ago. The black what's it called?
San Andreas was
No,
Black
yes,
Adam?
Yeah, he did
Bomb.
that.
That was trash.
Like I said, it
I don't know.
bombed.
I liked it.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
Bomb.
20 did he have 2012? Was that his show or that was the other guy?
Other
He
guy.
had another
His movies
End of the World
bomb.
movie.
If the only one that was successful was Fast and the Furious. Everything else
I'm not
bombed.
on the front. In the beginning, I liked the Tooth Fairy. He played the he was the ice bomb. It was funny though. I ain't going front.
His movies are bombs.
Well, he's damn sure getting paid.
He is, but
Yeah,
so
I mean, yeah, get that paper, but yeah. His movies
so
is
John
trash.
Cena turned heel tonight. If there's one match you got to go watch tonight, it's Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. That was crazy. And
Kevin Samuels.
no, Kevin. Rest in peace to the great Kevin Samuels. But Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and what else happened tonight? That was pretty much it. So that was a quick wrestling take. I'm going to start a wrestling pod though. So, but let's get to sports.
Okay. Well, yeah, I wanted to start off with the NFL Combine because that was breaking waves. Well, actually, should I revel in my team?
Go ahead, shoot. That is your
Debo Samuel's going to my squad, the Commanders, for a simple 5th round pick. And you know what? What?
I like Debo.
I like Debo too.
You know, Debo's the former Gamecock, so we got big love for Debo.
Yeah, I can see by the way he dresses, he likes cops.
We got big shout out, big.
That
Debo
is what I
Samuel.
do not look forward to about Debo Samuel's coming to my squad. That walk through the tunnel to the locker room because I know the DMV, and he's going to spend a great deal of time at DuPont Circle if that's where he's going to be hanging at. But yeah, I'm excited for his on the field play. I'm not excited for his off the field antics.
I can't. Like, you really can't get a bearing on next season until free agency
free-
draft.
We
all
about to
that.
get Miles Garrett too.
No, you're
Wait,
not.
no, you're
We gonna
not.
get
You're
Miles
supposed to
Garrett.
be
We
an
already got
Debo.
Debo
Look,
Samuel.
you're the second Commander fan I talked to tonight talking about y'all getting Miles Garrett. Number
He
one,
said he wanted to come
so
where it
what?
snowed.
But he don't have his trading rights. The Cleveland Browns do. So
They have no choice in the matter.
yes,
I
they
know.
do.
Once
Yes, they do.
He's not going to play for them.
If
He
he
already
Everybody
told
wanna
them
play with
no.
Jaden
if he
Daniels.
doesn't, no. See, the NFL is a different beast. See, they're the only ones that the players don't have that power. If you don't play, if he doesn't play, he only got 2 years left. If he doesn't play, he cannot go for free agency. They still hold his rights, so he has to play.
Why? First of all, why would Cleveland do that? That's corny. You've had the man for how many years has he been in the league now? 8?
Yeah, but that's
He's been the best player for 7, 6 or 8, 6 or 7 years. You have gotten your season's over by week 7, week 8. It's over.
No, week 10.
Oh, week 10 is over
because you got 17 games.
You thinking about Cancun week 10? He wants to go to a winning team. Man, let the man go. See what you can get for him and let him go.
I mean, again, like I said, you got to give them an opportunity to bring in a quarterback. Now, they get a right quarterback in, that can change the whole.
How long have the Browns been saying this?
Of course. I get what you're saying.
For how long?
Didn't Jameis Winston say that?
Baker Mayfield. Winston.
See, what happened to Baker Mayfield? What happened to Baker Mayfield? He down there shining in Tampa. It's the organization.
Oh, so what are we going to keep him for? And our organization's trash.
Well, the defense is always doing their thing. So the defense shows up year in, year out. Unless somebody's willing to give them, number one, this is two ways. This is 2 ways how you're going to have to get Garrett. You're going to have to give them a trade offer that they just can't refuse, and you're going to have to sign him to a new contract because he got 2 years left with no guarantees. He want more money.
We'll do that.
Y'all not gonna do it. Y'all got 4 motherfuckers. Y'all got 4 rookies.
You getting
y'all not giving up. Y'all gonna give up. Let me tell you something. If Philly decide to get in, I promise you, they're gonna want a player back in return for Garrett.
We are.
You gonna give up somebody?
We'll give up anybody on defense but Carter and DeJean and Mitchell. You can have anybody else. We'll give you our defense young. You can have anybody up there. You can have hell. We might even give you DeJean. Might even give you the white boy.
No.
That's
not going. You get one of the best defensive players in the league, dog.
Okay, we're going to give you a young piece.
You got to give up a first. You got to give up at least a.
And we're giving you draft.
You got to blow my brain away. Give me a good player off your defense and probably a first round, maybe a second round draft pick.
Get all that.
Y'all not doing that.
We
y'all
good.
Not doing that.
We good. You can have whatever you want.
Well, I want to see y'all do it. How about that?
I hope we do.
Y'all not doing it. Let me tell you why y'all not going to do it. Let me tell you why you're not going to do it. Because you don't want a Super Bowl, right? With the team that you got. Majority everybody's coming back. Majority who?
Sweat gone.
They're going to re-sign him.
He out. He won't cost too much, so he go about his business.
So what you think Myles Garrett going to cost you?
The production. We're talking about production.
Sweat gave you the production.
Not like Myles Garrett production.
No, but he gave you the production to where y'all won the Super Bowl.
You just said that Myles Garrett production is a little bit more, right?
It is, so but you got to give up a whole lot more.
We just won the Super Bowl. We'll be fine.
So why? This is where it doesn't. This is where it doesn't. I see where you're going, but it doesn't make sense.
So y'all be competitive, but it is.
So if they do trade him. It won't be to where he's asking
y'all
for.
Y'all gonna give Micah his money?
He gonna get his. Damn. Jerry always pay him. They pay.
Cowboys gonna be in 4th place this year.
No, it ain't.
Cowboys gonna be behind the Giants this year.
Well, I'm a residency right now. So as a residency Cowboy fan, we'll see when the draft comes and free agency. Now they did another all-in saying that we're gonna be aggressive in free agency. We're gonna see about this BS, but hey,
who's a free agent? Who's a free agent this year?
There's a lot of free agents out there this year. You just named 2 off your defense.
Oh, Sweat. Yeah.
Sweat in them. And then on the Commanders, they gave your boy permission to seek a trade. Allen, your defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. They gave him permission
for the Commanders.
Yeah, to look for a trade. So it's going to be a lot of moving parts. And then I've heard in the NFL, in the draft, it's going to be a deep in defense.
That's going to be interesting. Cool. Is that
you talking about NBA?
Well, no. One thing we didn't even cover the combine yet because Travis Hunter was in the he refused to go to the combine, and he mentioned he wanted to play both sides of the ball. He wants to be a cornerback and a wide receiver.
And who gonna tell him no?
Nobody.
His girlfriend. Tell
him no. Yeah,
she will.
She will.
Like, I just want you playing.
Nigga, stay your ass on the damn defensive side.
The money going to be the same. If
Actually, either side, he getting money. If you're a top end receiver, you're gonna get paid. If you're a top end corner, you're gonna get paid.
Who gets paid more, wide receivers or corners?
Corners, both.
Why?
Corners.
I was assuming receivers.
Corners.
How much your boy CD got?
He's not the highest paid.
That's what I'm saying. He got a lot.
He got 4 years, 180 million, some shit. Jefferson got the highest. Now, your boy from Cincinnati, Chase, he gonna be the highest non-paid quarterback because he got a triple crown.
A little bit more money, just a little bit, but
you need corners to cover their asses.
So, but what I tell Travis is, you make the same amount of money playing one side of the ball as if you played both.
Yeah, because
they're not going to give you more money because you're playing both positions.
Well, if he pulls it off, and if he's slightly above average on both sides, or he made all pro on one side and probably was close second for all pro, he can command that shit. Now, it's never happened to where somebody play on both sides of the field and get that money.
Deion played both sides of the field, but how often did he play?
He played majority corner.
But that's what I'm saying.
They gave punt return and kick. Yeah, they did. In Dallas, he lined up. They gave him some packages to play offense.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're going to be cornerback, that's what you're going to go for. How realistically many snaps on the offensive side are you going to take?
I mean, listen, he proved in college.
College is not the pros.
Understand that, but he still has the body and the youth to do that. Now, naturally, when you 5-10 years in the game, one of them gonna have to change because you're not gonna take hits on a corner. You dish out hits. Receiver, you receive hits. You feel what I'm saying? So if his body, as the year goes along, can't take. If he played both sides of the ball, he gonna have to eventually choose.
Yeah.
But as of right now, about a good 5-6 years, he can play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I've never heard of somebody being on both sides of the ball.
It's never happened.
100%.
Never happened. It's always majority defense, and they gave packages.
And on top of that, if I'm taking you in the top 3, my boy, you're not going to get to play. You're going to play one side, and you'll get to play the other side sometime.
But if he's
I can't. Because
I feel you.
I just put all this money into you.
I get you. But if he pretty much commanding this, and he can pull a Phillip Rivers or
Give me
Eli
the top
Manning,
3 teams real quick.
You know what I'm saying?
Top 3 teams
for the draft. Give me the top 3
I know
teams
the Patriots are.
No, it's Tennessee.
Tennessee. Both sides there.
Tennessee.
They need him on both sides.
Yeah, it's Tennessee.
Vegas. They need him on both sides.
Vegas outside the top 3.
Giants.
It's Tennessee, New England.
Tennessee actually is number 1.
Right.
Browns number 2.
They could use him on both sides.
And the Giants number 3. And they're talking about Shedeur Sanders.
Right.
The Giants might be the only team he wouldn't have to play both sides of the ball because you have what you call at wideout.
Oh.
And he's a stud.
You talking about
But the other teams you named, they need a wideout. The Giants don't need.
Yeah, the Patriots are 4th.
Yeah, so he could play both sides of the ball for the top 2 teams. But the Giants, he just have to play cornerback, and he could play specialty on the Giants.
Yeah, because anybody can play on the Giants. Shit, I can play it right now if I tried.
He didn't mean that, boo.
We got one of the best wide receivers today, so he can't say anything.
Devo is banged up. And Devo, what, 10 years in this now?
Not quite.
Devo been there a minute.
He's not quite 10 years. He's over 5.
It's definitely over 5.
We will see.
To be continued.
Yeah, what's the deal with Shedeur? I'm more concerned with Abdul Carter.
They say his stock's dropping.
His stock ain't dropping. Is it? He's not. Some trying to make a riff that he's not competing in the combine. Like, it's no different from any other top end players that they can choose to go to the combine and compete. They're gonna have a pro day at Colorado with receivers that he's familiar with, and he's gonna help his receiving core get a look at as well. You know what I'm saying? By doing, instead of going out there and playing with receivers that he don't know nothing about, and they just there to help him. It might hurt his stock. So he like, And then too, you know, his daddy in his ear, he know how to navigate through that shit like it ain't shit. So all that shit they talking about ain't nothing.
Yeah, cool.
He got the Sanders gene.
That
Shiloh ain't got it.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
Well, how many boys he got? 3, right?
Look,
so out of 3,
Shiloh a Gamecock too. I can't play my boy Shiloh. He a former Gamecock too.
Cool. So let's move on to the NBA because Joel Embiid
gone for the season.
Gone for the season. You think he's going to even be in the 76ers uniform this time?
I've been saying they need to trade his ass.
Yeah, they should get rid of him.
He's been part of the process for how long now? 10 years?
They've been doing he like the first pick
he was. Of the process? He was the first pick of the process.
And
then came
failure after
then
failure
Ben Simmons.
Who was a part of the process?
And Markel Folk. He was part of the process.
Nerlens.
Yeah. Noah. Okafor.
Yeah. That's a fucked up process.
The only part of the process that is most memorable
is
Embiid.
Looking at Kawhi Leonard in the corner.
That was a lucky shot. He
crouched over
as the ball bounced.
As the ball hits the rim 4 times.
Twice. I mean,
the process was trash.
We might as well run it back next year because we got Paul George.
And
we can't get rid of it, so we might as well sit him and try to run it back next year.
No, y'all need to trade both them niggas.
They can't. They got 4 year. They got 4 year. Yeah, they re-signed Embiid, right? And Paul George, 4 years. Maxey, they got over $700 million tied up in those 3 players.
Sit them down, come back next year. We're not stopping it. We don't put too much time into this. Now next year,
you ain't getting nothing out of it.
If we start out next year, if you sit him down now, and he, doing all your physical therapy, all that stuff, getting right. We expect you 100% when the season starts next year. None of that bullshit. I'm not playing back-to-back. None of that shit. Like, you come in and play basketball. Just like Paul George. Paul George said he quit doing his podcast to concentrate on basketball. I think you should have did that at the beginning of the season.
That wasn't by his own choice.
Matter of fact, you might as well just keep doing the podcast until the end of the season. Ain't no need to stop now.
Man, that's terrible. And you know what the crazy part is, man? That I think Embiid is like the shittiest MVP like in the past 20 years. Yeah, he's the biggest fluke. Maybe next to Westbrook.
What you mean? He was dropping fucking damn near 30 a game.
Yeah, but he
shit with it.
Yeah, but the problem is he's always injured prone.
That doesn't matter.
He's never in shape. You was in shape enough to get your ass on the U.S. Olympics and win a gold. When it comes time for the NBA season, you're not available. You should have took your ass and got healthy during the fucking summer, so you've been ready for the NBA season.
That's why he
don't want to win a chip.
He going to sit this season, and we'll run it back next year and see what happens.
Just like last year and the year before that. It's the same BS with this man.
Nah, but we keep moving pieces. We had Harden a couple of years ago. We keep moving pieces. But
And the main piece, him, is not available. Did you see how many games he missed? He missed and played about the same amount, dog.
I've seen that every year.
No, not nobody that's a top end player. He's he's supposed to be one of the top 15 best players in the league.
When he's on the court, he is.
But when?
He's not, okay.
His availability.
Okay.
He's injury prone. He don't take his health wise serious enough.
I won't say that.
I'm gonna say that.
I'll say that he's so big.
That's why he smacked up the damn reporter earlier this year.
Most big niggas, he's been broken down.
Right. So the fact of the matter is, if you know you're injury prone, then your health regimen, your workout regimen should be on point. So when it's time to ball out during the season, nigga, y'all can ball out. Lucky that y'all won the damn championship in football, because that's not even the city would be even fucking louder about this shit.
If we had lost, but since we the Eagles won, we don't really care.
Yeah, y'all cool, y'all good right now.
Whatever, man.
But you know me, I'm gonna be happy because another one of my LA teams doing well. We ain't gonna talk Dodgers, they already won. Them Lakers, you feel what I'm saying? Ever since we got Luka, nigga, we are tied in the loss column with Denver and Memphis for number 3, and we are 3 games out for the number 2 seed. Now, based off how we fall, Oh, we could get you the Western Conference champion. And if Holloway, LeBron, Mr. 40-year-old, still putting in over 25 and 10, you know what I'm saying? The oldest player in the league, still a top 10 player.
You know the one thing about the NBA, none of that shit matters until the playoffs. So you have to play this team 7 times. And you're right.
So we talking about Luka. He just had his team in the finals last year. LeBron, he been to the finals multiple times. You feel what I'm saying? So, and LeBron, have you seen this man play? He's playing motivated, dog. He got some. He's been asking for another ball handler. He got that. So now he can play off the ball. They playing small.
Boy, I hate this disappointment y'all going to see at
what
the,
you mean?
in the playoffs.
What, like how Philly is?
That's
we
cool.
look better than y'all.
We won a Super Bowl.
At the beginning of
the Sixers are good. This is normal for us. We're used to this.
You're right. It is normal for y'all. But see, the Lakers is a different story because anytime Boston win one, we come right back within a year or two later and win one as well. That's why they're the most storied franchise in the NBA, and both of them teams got majority of the damn titles. So you best believe we're gonna be there again, boy. Boy, don't let my boys get to the finals and win.
We'll see. God. I don't think they're gonna make it, but we'll see.
They will.
What else you got?
Okay, there's just one last topic I wanted to cover, and that was Diane Taurasi retiring.
Yes, sir. I got a topic. The white mamba.
I got a topic before we get to that.
The white mamba.
Talk about, and I'm glad Buddha here because I think that the Hornets need to get rid of Melo, and I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Because Melo, I was listening to a podcast the other night. I forget which one, and Melo is not a winner. He's not. He's not, and he's never had to be a winner in his life. And now I understand why, because when Melo first started out, he always played with his brothers. The best one was, the leader of the brothers was, Alonzo
Ball.
Jello used to get all the buckets. Melo was the highlight. Melo's never been a winner like that. And I don't think Melo has that winning in him, that dog like that.
Why you say that?
The reason I say that is because if you take a look at Detroit, because Detroit and Charlotte
Charlotte fucking stinks.
Detroit and Charlotte are...
The rosters are completely different, too.
Charlotte has a better roster.
Nah.
Name another player on the Pistons besides Cade Cunningham. Not you.
Ivory.
The twins.
The twin, Ulster twins.
So you're telling me Charlotte's roster isn't better than Detroit?
No, it's not.
I think
and coaching and roster.
The Hornets have Bridges. Mm-hmm. The Hornets have
LaMelo.
They should be doing something.
They got Brad. They got Miller. They got Miller, but he hurt though. He's gone for the season.
The Hornets, to me, has their rosters are about the same.
Coaching.
Cade Cunningham wills them boys to get wins sometimes. Melo, he doesn't. Melo doesn't will them to win. And you expect, he's dropping 30. He's dropping 30. You drop all these points and still losing, you ain't got that winner in you, bro.
Okay, well, again, the outside of that, the one thing that you are missing from, because remember, just last year, Detroit was the laughingstock of the league. You remember that, right? Yeah. Okay, then. So what changed?
Before that, who was the laughingstock of the league? So
it's been Detroit the last few seasons. They've been having losing seasons, like astronomically losing records and losing streak. Okay, so the difference in between the two is coaching.
They did lose by 50 the other night.
Say what? But they don't have their full. They got players. They got star players hurt. Miller, they just drafted. Was it this year? He's hurt, outgone for the season. They got, and Williams. That's why we rescinded the trade, because he was
Williams.
Yeah, he was hurt. The point is, it's come down to coaching. When Bickerstaff Bickerstaff? Yeah, they could fire him from Cleveland, hired him from Detroit. Now Detroit fired what's the name that was he was at Phoenix. What's the name? Williams. Mm-hmm. Monty Williams. Monty Williams. Fire him. Bring in Bickerstaff. They're going to make the playoffs. Them boys are going to be dangerous in the playoffs. Real talk. Did you saw what they did to the champs?
So what you're telling me is this. You're telling me, because I just pulled up the standings. Mm-hmm. The Pistons are 6th in the East.
Right.
The Hornets are 14.
Coaching, dog.
No. Melo ain't got that winner in him.
I'm not gonna say. Well,
Kind of.
the thing I think, Melo, he's just more about a highlight. He just wants to show off getting buckets. You know what I mean? That's personally. That's me personally. Yeah, but that's what the NBA is, though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not a.
They don't have
some of them.
They don't have a
about
winning roster. They got some pieces up there, like Markel Bridges.
But they should be winning. They should be winning more games than what they have.
You're right. Again, it's coaching. It's coaching.
That's
dog.
not just coaching, though.
Coaching.
Man. That's not just.
If this man, if you just said Charlotte has a better roster than Detroit,
They don't though.
He just said they do.
They're about even.
Oh, so now it's about even. You just said they had a better roster.
Yeah,
if they have a better roster,
Detroit is 34-27.
Right.
You telling me Detroit is 20 games better than Charlotte with those rosters?
yeah, obviously it shows. It's showing.
Have you watched Detroit play?
Yes,
this season,
I just
though?
watched it the other night. They bust Boston ass. Huh?
Who's willing Detroit to these wins?
It's not just Cade.
Exactly. It's a whole team effort.
He has
dog.
a winning attitude about him. That
Cade
Melo,
has help.
Right, exactly. It is not like he came from a winning program.
And this is another thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is another thing about Detroit and Cade. Cade plays. He plays. He doesn't take all these fucking games off. He doesn't do that.
Another reason to trade or get rid of Melo.
I'm just saying,
I like Melo.
This new
I don't
era of
You
basketball
said
is so
Melo
corny.
Is more about a highlight.
I
think he is about the win.
Well, if you don't have a winning product,
And he's not. We're not going to the playoffs.
right.
How
If
the
you
fuck
don't
you
have a
taking
winning
games
product,
off?
if you don't have a winning product on the court, I might as well get
it's
my
like the
numbers.
Nets.
I might as well get my numbers.
Nigga, we're not winning. Why are y'all taking games off?
You're not winning. It's coaching.
You should
dog.
be honing your fucking
If you don't,
skills.
if you
nigga,
don't
for the
have
next season.
right,
Practice,
but if
that's
you,
what you need to be.
We are paying you all this.
but if you don't
all
have,
these people all this money to entertain us, and we are not being entertained.
so let's go with your theory. You said he doesn't have a winning mentality, a winning attitude. What that all constitute? Your coaching. Coaching comes into play.
Well, I mean, first of all, Charlotte does have a horrible coach. Winning is not in that
Exactly.
at all.
They still got Steve Clifford.
Yes, they rehired his ass again.
Winning shit.
That's what I'm saying. If Bickerstaff came down to Charlotte, Charlotte would be playing a lot better than what they're doing.
Because when Kimba was there, Kimba had a winner's attitude.
Yeah,
saw
but
that in that boy.
yeah,
right,
attitude.
but it's right. The attitude,
I
but
don't
still
think Melo-
the
I mean,
product
Rozier
was
had to win 'em.
trash.
Rozier had to win him.
Yeah,
It looked like they wanted to win.
right.
Melo
They
don't look like you
He
said,
doesn't
Melo-
have
Melo
a
look
winning
like he wanna
product out
show
there.
off.
Melo looked like he wanted.
Mel was like, look,
up.
hey, I'm open. You see me open, don't matter. Throw it to me anyway and watch what I can do with this tater rock.
Right.
Watch
So
me.
when it comes time to pay that supermax money, nigga, you gonna give me my shit. That's all it was about.
They better the fuck not.
They're gonna give it to
They
him.
better not.
Man, the people come to see him play. He's in. They come to see him play.
They come to see. It's
They're coming
entertainment.
to
They come see him play.
They look to see who's on the schedule to come see who's playing
That's
the
true.
Hornets. They're not really coming to see Melo.
They come to see
they
Melo
come to see
play. They
Melo.
come to see him play.
But you're also judging it off of who they're playing.
That's true too. It's a two-fold thing. But mostly the people that's from around here, they come to see Melo. Because if the Lakers coming here, yeah, I'm
I
gonna
see
go
what
see.
he's saying though.
Yeah,
Because-
it's one
because
hand.
if it's-
It's one hand washes the other though.
Nah, because if it's the Jazz and the fucking and the Hornets playing, you're not pulling up.
Yes, you is.
No, you not.
You pulling up to see LaMelo.
back to I got
No, you
another
not.
thing.
So okay, you try to tell me that the Jazz and the Hornets are going to have a big draw compared to if they're playing somebody like
The
fucking.
Lakers, like you said, or like the Celtics. coming
No,
back.
I mean,
Exactly.
like, you know,
but they
like-
still gonna pull
on
up
top
to
of that,
see
though, and this
LaMelo.
is my
though.
point.
You ain't pulling
Hold
up
on.
to see Melo against
No,
the
I'm not
Jazz.
because that's
But
not
hold
my
on, on
team.
top of that though, and this
I'm
is
a
the
Lakers.
issue. They're gonna play the big teams. He ain't gonna fucking play anyway. He gonna take that game off.
Low management.
Yeah, like this shit is insane to me, dog. This shit is
He's low
insane.
managing at 22.
Everybody low managing, but that's what you said, nigga. You
He's not
child,
even 22. Is he?
child. Come on,
He's
man.
low
Like,
managing, and he got good.
and he a
knees.
grown ass man, but come on, man. Like, my nigga.
Cool.
Just to throw this out.
Go for it.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I have a couple of Duke fans, and they also said that if Cooper Flag was to stay in again next year, his #1 status would definitely be jeopardized.
The only way it will be jeopardized if he gets hurt. That's it.
Nah.
That's it.
Boozer twins are coming, bud.
It don't matter.
It sounds like y'all about to close out, so let me throw these little tidbits in real quick. 4 women is definitely too many. I'm married. I'm a married man.
Women is too many.
I got 1. I've heard about having 2.
3.
And then the thought of a third,
It's
just the
possible,
mere
dog.
thought. No, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying me in general. Like this me. You know what I mean?
got
Like I've been in this, in this married life for a long time now. So just the mere thought, like I said, I can have 1. Yeah. 2.
Maybe.
Already the second one is in time.
What's
I always talk to y'all about time.
Right.
Time.
And we talking about billionaires. Who
It
has
doesn't matter.
time.
It doesn't matter.
They
Man.
have
There's
nothing but
24
time
hours
on
in a
their
day. It's
Right.
24 hours in a day.
Right.
You're going to want your own peace.
They're gonna have that piece. When you don't want to be bothered, I'm out.
That's not how life works.
4 is too many, bro.
That's
When you-
not how life.
listen,
That's not how marriage
Don't you
works.
have okay?
Dude,
I don't
think
know
and
about
I'm,
now.
like I said, I'm just throwing my little darts.
I got you.
Y'all
I
had
feel
the
you.
whole little.
I don't
shit.
know about now. We're gonna say your younger life. Didn't you juggle multiple women?
And that's what's insane. But they didn't know about each other.
We don't. I'm not.
It's
I'm
the difference
listen.
when you know
Keep.
about each
Keep. No.
other
No.
when
No.
you
No.
don't
No. I
know
got you.
about
I feel
each
you. Keep the content. The only thing I'm focusing on is you saying 4 women is too much, and what I'm saying is you are an active man. You've dated multiple women, right? You juggling multiple women. The only difference is they're not living in the same house with you. You've juggled multiple women. You dated what? How many women you dated at the same time?
We ain't gonna go that far, but like I said,
In
4
your
is a lot.
So that's what I'm
4 is
saying.
a lot.
So that's what I'm saying. If you can juggle dating multiple women, the only difference is they're not living in your house. You don't have to see them every day.
You know how many personalities?
That's what I'm telling
Exactly.
you.
Do you know how many characteristic
Exactly.
traits?
This is where I'm getting at.
Do you know how many mentalities?
Yes. The average man who's sexually active, you are an extrovert. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning you ain't got no problem pulling up on
Me
somebody.
personally, I think 2 would be plenty.
2
1
is
is
fine.
fine. One is fine.
I get what you're
but
saying.
2,
If you are single and there's nobody, you like her.
And after a
She got
while-
some qualities. She got some qualities, but they don't. All these got some quality, but they don't have the it factor.
After a while, 3 of the chicks gonna be like, "So what the fuck is she here for?" 2 of the chicks probably gonna be looking at the 2 of them like, "What are those 2 here for?" Like, you're after a while.
I don't know where the cap is.
After a while,
Like, where do you
there's gonna
cap it
be
at?
Some type of bad.
There is no
feelings.
cap. You just think you keep going, or he just keeps going and going.
No,
and
he
going?
probably we talking about adding women.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
No, he probably. I don't know.
stop
I don't
because
know.
it does seem like
I don't know.
At this point, I don't give a damn. It ain't my life.
More power to him, but
Correct.
for me,
I'm just
4
saying.
women
I
is a
understand.
lot.
I feel you, but I'm just saying. I'm speaking of it. It is very possible to happen because if you are a man or a woman who dates, and dating meaning you date somebody like, hey, how you doing? What you doing? You want to go out? All right, cool. Y'all go out. You spend time with each other. You like conversation and interaction, so you constantly do. But that means I'm not gonna see you every day, though. I might got somebody else I might want to see.
4 birthdays.
Yeah,
I gotta learn
yes.
4 of no.
And then
I ain't gonna
children
listen. All right, let me.
Crazy, man.
and
listen.
children. I got 3 kids already. Like,
Oh man, 4 chicks is too many. Not knocking Neil. If
Yeah.
that's
But
what
he
floats
spoke
his
on
boat,
it. That's what he
cool.
want, though.
Huh? What you mean? Nah, there's too many.
Ah.
That's to me.
Like, thank you. Like I said,
yeah,
though,
with rationale and common sense, I can put things into perspective.
Your ass was in your 20s and 30s, nigga. You was juggling 4, 5 women. Easy.
And then you gonna add in 3
One.
more? That's what I'm saying. You got.
I
one
don't
that
understand
talking to death, then you
how
gotta
you
add
get
3
how
more?
in the world do you
Stop
get a second one
playing.
and the first one never stops? Like, that's the part I don't get. Like, the first one never stops. So where does the second one even have time to
If I got
replace the
4,
first
I
one?
know one of them plotting on me. I'm sorry. Out of 4 chicks,
If you
one of them is
if you
plotting
feel
on
like
me.
that, then she ain't gonna be there. I ain't gonna feel like that you plotting on me. Like I said, I'm the big dog in the house.
After
You
so
here
much
because
time
I
goes
want you
by,
here. I'm making your life easier. We are congregating to make each other.
Dubs a date, man. 4 is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's too many.
I get you.
I just had to throw that out there, man.
I feel
I was riding on the way over here like, oh my God. Oh. Oh my God, my head started. I started getting a little shivers and shit, quivers and shit. Like I can't, nigga, 2 wifeys, nigga, like.
If I got a big ass mansion, everybody take a side of the house, and there you go.
Man, I gotta kiss
It's not
everybody.
even that. Everybody gonna want something.
When I walk in the house, I gotta kiss everybody. Don't miss a kiss.
Everybody gonna
Yeah, I'm
want
kissing
something.
every last one of
I'm
them.
good, man. I'm good.
All right. Are there any other topics we missed?
You want to talk about Stewie? We good.
Stewie.
Taurasi.
Oh.
Diana Taurasi.
Oh no.
Diana. We got to talk about her. She the white mamba.
Yeah.
She has retired 20 years. She has won championship 3 in Connecticut. She won 1 or 2 in Phoenix. Then over in Euro League, she won about 6 chips there. She won 7 in the Russian title leagues and everything. So she's in total she has about 13. Between college and pros, she got damn near 20 championships.
Definitely could be
20 championships. That's something for Caitlin Clark to go try to get outside of Euro.
Nothing at Caitlin. That is
outside of Euro.
Every woman to shoot
That's out
for.
of Euro. No, I'm talking for the ones they want to keep proper ass up.
3-time NBA championship, 2-time WNBA Finals MVP, 1 WNBA MVP, 11-time All-Star, 10-time first team All-NBA, 4 times All-Second Team, Rookie of the Year, scoring champion 5 times, assist leader in 2014, WNBA peak performer 6 times, member of the 15th anniversary team, 20th anniversary team, 25th anniversary team, 6-time EuroLeague
3
champion.
decades.
7-time Russian National League champion, 3-time Russian Cup winner, 3-time Russian League Player of the Year, Turkish National League champion, Turkish Cup winner,
All over the world.
3-time
nigga.
NCAA champion, 2-time NCAA MOP,
Most valuable, most
offensive player.
yeah.
1 Wade Trophy, 2 Honda Sports Awards, 2 Naismith College Players of the Year, USBWA Women's National Player of the Year, AP College Player of the Year,
Decorated.
2 times Nancy Lieberman Award, 2 times Big East Player of the Year, first team All-American twice, 3 times Kodak All-American,
Listen to that.
2 times All-American,
credentials.
second team All-American, 3 times first team All-Big East,
You
Big
just-
East Women's Champion, basketball
Look at
tournament
that
MOP,
shit.
Big East All-Freshman Team, and 4-time USA Basketball Female Athlete.
All-time
of the Year.
leading
20
scorer at
years.
UConn too, ain't it?
Possibly.
Yeah.
All-time leading scorer at UConn too.
Still?
I think so.
Yeah, with all them players that came through.
Yeah.
I think she's still the all-time leading scorer.
All in all, she had a quite a accomplished career.
So what does she do? Does she go to coaching or the booth,
I think she. I don't.
or she
think,
just leaves it alone?
I think she just leave it alone like Sue Bird.
I think she's going to the booth.
She's probably going to the booth.
I think she's going to the booth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She old.
I
She's
don't-
a year younger than me.
Well, I mean, all them accolades she had. Hell,
Yeah,
she
you
old as hell.
you just named 3 different decades that she was 15th to 20th, 25. Y'all like, God damn. So she been around.
That just lets you know she's old. If she's a year younger than me, she's old.
But
Cool. Well, she had a career.
She had an
I had
awesome
to
ass
say
career.
something about it.
the white mamba, boy, she gained her inspiration by who? Looking at the black mamba, aka Kobe Bean Bryant.
Like, share,
And she
subscribe,
likes the same
comment,
type of women.
Donate.
all that good
I
stuff.
want to send a happy birthday shout out to my brother-in-law, Chavez.
Oh,
birthday.
heavy Chevy.
Yeah, Heavy Chevy. He overseas balling as usual. Also, want to send a happy birthday shout out to my cousin Marvin, holding the Metro
Definitely
down.
happy birthday.
Your wife
Shout out
has a
to
brother?
him. No, my cousin. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, Chavez.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Chavez, damn.
Bro,
I've
Chavez,
never seen him.
6'10".
Oh, yeah, Chavez will fucking bump his head. He try to walk through here.
Chavez
Yo,
huge.
word up.
I didn't know that. I
Him
knew
and my
she had
son were the same
sisters.
height at
I didn't
one
know
time,
she had a
and
brother.
Yeah.
I've never seen him.
Yeah, man. That's all. LLP.
Peace.